The right to offend is not some pesky little part of freedom of speech that we have to put up with. It is the heart and soul and lungs of freedom of speech. It is the coursing lifeblood of human progress. It is the instigator of liberty and modernity and science and understanding. What a laughing stock today's student leaders are, that they can so casually dismiss the right to be offensive without realizing that their lovely, enlightened lives are the gift of individuals who gave offense. Offensiveness is not just something we have to begrudgingly accept. Offensiveness is the motor of human progress.
Now broadcasting from the Right to Offend Media Studios in sunny South Florida, bringing you the latest in politics, current events, art, and pop culture. This is the Whitfield Report Live with Sam Whitfield.
But giving offense is good. In fact, it's essential.
Giving offense is good and essential, ladies and gentlemen, and I guarantee you I'm going to offend the fuck out of, well, crazy people tonight. I mean, the folks who tune in,
they probably deserve it.
Regularly, you guys aren't going to be offended at all because most of you probably agree with me because you know that I'm a sane and rational person, unlike Candace Owens and her true crime mommy sleuth clip brigade. And also, I want to say kind of at the outset here that, I have no problem with, with people or women who listen to true crime podcasts in general. I know Maxine enjoys true crime podcasts, and I know
Sure do.
many people enjoy true crime podcasts. The problem is when true crime just becomes like utter bullshit fiction podcasts, and that's what Candace Owens has done. And yeah, we're going to talk about the upcoming debate between her and Andrew Wilson. I know I put Brian Wilson in the tweet. That was my bad. I just spaced it. That would be pretty funny though, because even being like deceased, I'm pretty sure that Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys could still out debate Candace Owens because hell, anyone could at this point.
That's funny.
Yeah, so other than me being kind of grumpy at the internet, though, how are you fine folks doing, Morton Axine?
I'm hanging in there and surviving, just taking it a day at a time right now.
Yeah. I mean, I hear that.
I'm doing all right. Better than last Friday. Show Bits and Bones will resume on Friday. Sorry, guys, things happen.
Yep. And we will also be joined by friend of the show, Ash, formerly of the Versa Media podcast. He's also affiliated with Uncensored America and the Whitfield Report. Hasn't been on in a while. Big shout out to him though, even before he comes on, because he's always been a real one, and he's been helping me out, kind of just being there to talk to me about the whole thing with Max, and really appreciate that. And he's also met Andrew Wilson before in person, I believe. So that should be interesting. I actually
Okay, hold on. First of all, Ashes, be there soon. Second of all, Johnny Arcade VP says, I listen to Bigfoot podcasts that are more believable than Candace. I just fucking loved that.
Johnny Arcade is also.
I agree.
Yeah, Johnny is also like an OG of the Whitfield Report too. And yeah, Bigfoot podcasts are. I've listened to Flat Earth podcasts that are more believable than.
Except my brand is Dogman.
Oh, you listen to Dogman podcasts. More?
Yes, indeedy.
Yeah. So anyway, I was going to talk about this on Monday, but I decided to save it for the Wednesday show. So for those who don't know, Candace has been challenging people to debate her, and then she has canceled last minute. And full disclosure, I really don't know that much about Andrew Wilson other than that other than he just came on like the podcast scene a few years ago. I've seen clips of his stuff and like anyone, he has some stuff that I disagree with and some stuff that I don't agree with, but he's been on Rogan a few times too. But he issued a challenge to Candace Owens and well, it's kind of gone viral. So for those who haven't seen this, and I imagine most of you have, but still I want to play this quick segment from Rogan's podcast. It's only 30 seconds, so hopefully it doesn't get the stream claimed on YouTube. But anyway, here is here's that clip.
You will not believe what he says next.
Candace Owens offered her $300,000 to do a debate. I was like, we'll give you $300,000.
What is her position? What does she think happened?
She thinks that Israel worked in conjunction with TPUSA and Erica Kirk to murder Charlie.
Based on what?
Well, that's the million-dollar question. Nobody actually knows. She's never presented a single shred of evidence thus far that Israel ever worked to murder Kirk, that Erica Kirk certainly didn't. In fact, her position for the longest time was if Erica Kirk comes out and tells me to stop this, to stop the conspiracy on this, I will. So Erica did. She went out publicly and she was like, enough. You're just causing more problems than good here as this investigation's going on. And then suddenly Erica's now part of the conspiracy. By the next day, Erica is trying to cover it up. She's part of the conspiracy too. I went to the TPUSA HQ and I talked to Erica briefly while I was there. The first thing I did was what I think every normal, moral human being would ever do. I gave her a hug and I told her how god awful sorry I was that happened to her. Like, could you even imagine how that's got to feel for her? Especially now that she has tens of thousands of people accusing her of murdering and conspiring to murder and then cover up what happened to her own. I mean, that's like mind-boggling psychological torture on a level that I've never seen.
You will not believe.
So that's that's a summary of pretty much kind of what his thing is. He issued a challenge to her for $300,000, and then Candace, I guess, wanted it up to $500,000. Now, from the outset, I just have to say, I think the notion that Candace is being paid at all for this is fucking absurd. To be honest, I really do. If she were really like fully convinced of her, contention that Charlie was, assassinated by Israel or whatever she thinks, she should just debate with like no, monetary strings
Or give it to charity.
involved whatsoever. Yeah, or what I was saying on X a few weeks ago, and of course, it got deranked because Nikita Bear is a fag. Oops, did I say that out loud? Yes, I did. She should honestly consider, like, giving that money, putting in a trust fund for, Charlie's kids or something, right? If she really cares about Charlie and the well-being of his legacy, like, if I had, like, $300,000, or even if I had, like, $100,000 that someone, like, put towards the show, like, I put some of that, somewhere for I would give it to Magazine and, say, "Hey, this is for, Max's son." Uh,
You are so incredibly sweet. And I would tell you no, but then you'd force me, and I'd still say no.
well, I mean, just
Sammy would find a way to make it into your pocket there, Maxine.
I would probably anonymously donate if that were the case then. But point being is
Ash said 300K could make Sam walk.
three yeah, 300K. For 300K, I could get, like, bionic legs or some shit from Tesla or something like that. In fact, that would have been, like, what Max would have said to do too. Because
Exactly. That as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh my god, my husband would so say that.
yeah, like, but like, also, so here's my thing. Well, first, before I go into that, uh, when I first told the two of you, Maxine and Mort, what the price tag was today in DMs, what were you guys' first reaction?
Why the fuck does that goddamn bitch deserve any money?
Yep.
That I wasn't surprised at all that she would say that she should get money to do it, because she seems to act like she is somehow the most important, like, player in all of this, even though, like, she's a speck.
Yeah. Again, like, total narcissism. Also, Rumble Studio just decided to kick me, so I'll be right back.
That's not good. Kicking the cripple.
Oh, jeez.
That's not a very nice nice game there, Rumble.
So, I have no idea how to say this username, so I apologize. King Ravna, whatever. High quality food for Europe, low quality food for America, and Candace Owens wants $500,000 to debate. Yeah,
Pretty much.
exactly.
Yeah, pretty much. That's kind of how things be these days. I mean, 300K, like, that's more than most people make in a year. And yet, like, she's getting that as if it's, like,
As if it's peanuts in a day.
yeah. And, like, I'm not even mad at Andrew Wilson, because I understand that was, like, one of the stupid conditions that she made for the debate. I do agree
He's
with
also like one of the stubborn bastards that'll be like, bet, let's fucking do it.
well, that's the other thing, is from what I have seen from him, he is, like, one of the, ferocious debater. Now there is a theory out there that I'm kind of predicting may come true. In fact, if it does, I'm gonna laugh so hard. But Candace was invited by Turning Point USA to debate at their studio, and if you remember, Max and I, and I think I know Mort, you were there, and I'm pretty sure Maxine, you were there too. Max and I predicted that Candace would all of a sudden cancel that debate, and what do you know? She did, and I'm not surprised she's doing the same thing now, honestly. So
Honestly, I feel like I too don't know much about him. The most I know is I can't even remember the name of the show, but I watch clips of that show with the guys that usually have the freaking idiot liberal women there, and they rip them apart. And I know that he's on there a lot.
Oh,
And
whatever podcast.
the whatever
he
podcast.
he does not give a fuck, and he will go off on people, especially I know Max, I know he said things like there was stuff about their relationship that he had issues with. I don't remember what they are. I don't care. I like his wife because she fucking puts them in their place and says the things that I would like to say to these liberal women too. It's you go after her and he annihilates you if you go after his wife and say stuff about her. So regardless of what anybody thinks about the relationship, he's definitely protective of her.
Yeah, like I said, there's stuff that I don't fully agree with him on, and that. I mean, it's like anything in this space. I mean, there were things that Max and I didn't fully agree on, but he and I were still friends, and uh, we agreed to disagree on some stuff. By the way, as an aside, uh, if the whatever podcast were ever interested, and I'm putting this out there in the ether, I mean, more to an anon online, so I would have to I would have to be the one to do this. But I would be honestly curious to debate some of these OnlyFans girls as to why, why none of these modern women will
You and
date a
me,
guy.
Sam. You got to take me with you, cause I want a shot at him. Oh, do I want a shot at him? Cause some of them are so. Did you these fucking liberal ass women that are all they've been all. What up?
I'd have to prep Sam a little bit since I'm a non and Sam would have to go in for me.
Well, I just want to ask them, if they're so tolerant and so, why won't they date a disabled guy?
Oh, that would be so fucking awesome to see you sitting there face to face with these bitches and having to make them answer. That would be priceless.
Because as I've shared on the program, a lot of these women, when I was in college and beyond, I don't mean to be graphic, but they'll say something like, "Oh, I'm just not interested," or they'll pretend to be interested. One girl I was dating.
Make the assumption of he's in a wheelchair, he can't fuck.
Yes. See, Mort and I have had to deal with the same thing out more longer than I have, probably just because he's older than me. But yeah, it's the thing, and it's I've told that to my guy friends, and they're like, are you serious? Women
Wouldn't
will
bother
say
me,
that.
Sam, if they had the balls to at least broach the subject.
Well, more. That's your first problem there. Women literally don't have balls. Well, biological women.
Okay, then grab their titties.
Biological women at least don't. So
fine, grab their titties. Grab their titties. Get some guts, and ask that question.
If you're a mom though and you've had a boy, you've grown a pair of balls though. So just saying.
That is true. Also, welcome to the show, Ash. How are you doing?
Oh, hello. What's going on? Just
hey, Ash.
Echoing or anything, and I'll try to fix it.
No, you're sounding good.
Perfect.
You're sounding good, man. Welcome back to the show. First
Been
time
so
in a long time,
I don't
dude.
even know how long it's been.
I think like 2 years? I
Mm.
know you were on the show with Max at least once when he was still here.
Maybe,
But,
or maybe that was Phil.
yeah, well, Phil used to pop in a lot too when
Well, Phil is hard to talk with because you can't get a word in with that guy. So maybe I was on with him.
well, Phil is also hard to talk to because like he would always jump in on his phone and
Mm.
I love the guy, but if you ever listen to like any talk radio shows where like the caller is going through like a tunnel or something, that was trying to talk to Phil.
Well,
So
also in my
That
old
drove
apartment,
Max absolutely insane whenever Phil would get on and do that. He would mute the mic and look at me. He's like, I like this guy, but God, why can't no one do the fucking audio? And I was just, I would always just be laughing at him because it was funny.
well, you remember I was in that old apartment and I tried to get on your show and my mic just would never work, remember?
oh yeah, I do.
And I would always try to come on and it just would never work. And I was like, okay, someone else do this.
Yeah. Well, you also used to like come on when Sean Semenko used to do his podcast.
Oh yeah, we just kind of
the
played
way.
Halo. Yeah,
Yeah. Well,
that was the podcast. Yeah.
those are the best types of shows,
Mhm.
though. So,
I
but
think it was called Two Retards Play Halo Infinite, and then I was the third retard.
yeah, something like that. Well, it was called Versa News at first, and then it evolved. But anyway, so Ash, what do you think of all of this shit that's been going down on like the I know you're a Medicare guy like I am, so
Oh yeah, I think he's not in good shape right now. Poor guy.
yeah, that's tough. But
I think God has a sense of humor, and so like Jim starts feeling better, and then he literally posted about how, oh, I'm thinking of doing videos again, and everyone's like, yes, please do videos again. And now he's been gone for I think someone said 20 days now. He hasn't said a single word.
yeah, it's tough. So
yeah, shouldn't have said it, Jimmy. Shouldn't have promised what you couldn't deliver.
But also, I mean, you and I have been talking like since the whole Charlie Kirk thing.
Oh yeah.
Since the assassination happened. So what is your take, Ben? Like, just for the audience of the whole last like almost a year. My God.
I have a theory that you can tell who an NPC is because, like, for example, I used to listen to Nick Rekieta every single night without fail.
Same.
And I loved his show. He was funny. He was smart. He brought funny people on. Every single night after work, I would tune into that show and I would play video games or something. But I don't listen to Rekieta anymore, right? For obvious whatever reasons, right?
Because he's a retard.
But guess what? A lot of people still do. Like that whole shit went down with him, and people go, like, I remember his first response was like, "Oh, people don't understand" or something. And a lot of people actually were like, "Yeah, dude, don't worry, hang in there. People don't understand." Same thing with, Ben Shapiro. Like, I'm sure a lot of people used to listen to Ben Shapiro. He used to be based Thug Life Ben Shapiro, and then a lot of people still listen to him, right? So it's the same sort of thing. So I think there's a lot of people that just still listen to Candace because they've always listened to Candace, and a lot of people who don't listen to her anymore. And then that's what's happening online. It's just a bunch of retards. I don't know about, Andrew Wilson has like a very specific fan base. I saw them. I was at DebateCon 8 in Dallas 2 weeks ago. He was there, and his whole crew, the Crucible crew, was there, so they've got their type, they're very loyal. They're very, I don't know if they're smart or not. I didn't really talk to a lot of them, but everyone's got their fan base, their very loyal fan base, and that's just how it's going to be, so it doesn't really matter what happens. Nothing's going to change except for the people who aren't NPCs. They're the ones who are going to be like, oh, you make a good point. Oh, maybe Kansas was going to come on the debate on Friday and she's going to say something that makes us all go, holy shit, I didn't even know about that. Like maybe. But I really just think it's just. And what I saw was, I don't know, like all the Candace people today, their talking point is that, like, well, Andrew's the one who brought up 300K. He's the one who brought up money. He's the one who wanted to pay her money. That's what they're saying.
I mean,
but she didn't have to accept it. That's the problem.
Yeah, she's the one to accept it, and then initially, from what I heard, she wanted 500K. So it's like,
I think I could accurately portray a Candace fan right now. Andrew, like someone goes, oh, why does Candace need money to debate? And then a Candace fan would respond, Andrew's the one who brought up 300K. And then she said that Turning Point has to claim you. So she went up to 500K. And then when she realized, like, he's not going to say Turning Point claims me, then she went back to 300K. Okay. Like, that's what they would say.
Yeah.
And that's retarded.
Well, sure. I don't know. I don't really care. But, like, yeah, that's what they would say.
Well, I mean, the whole thing,
I agree,
is like I was willing to hear Candace out, like way back in December or whenever, after Troy died, whenever she first started like doing, I think it might have been a foreign country. I was like, okay, I don't like Candace, but I'm willing to hear her. I'm willing to hear her out. Like, what is your evidence? And it just became like one of these endless like Alex Jones things. Like, why I have the documents and I'm gonna show them to you on tomorrow's show. and then tomorrow's show came and, well, what do you know? This evidence leads to this evidence on tomorrow's show, and it just became like an endless, string of like nonsense that just led to nowhere. Whereas I'm like, the trannies were like threatening to kill Charlie Kirk for like a long time, for years, publicly saying that they wanted to, right? Antifa. And so then, like, you have, Tyler Robinson like go out and do it, and then brag about it, to his lover or whatever on Discord. There's actual evidence for that. Like, everything's been documented. Even his parents have like disowned him and said like, yeah, he did it. So it's like we have all this evidence that yeah, we were right that radical trans activists do want to kill us. And so there's like all this overwhelming evidence, and yet like there are still people who claim to be like on our side, who claim to be conservatives, who are like, no, but Candace was right, that it's the Jews, because, well, we don't have any evidence, but trust Candace because she's always right. And it's like what evidence does she have?
We're supposed to trust the woman. We're supposed to trust the woman that has constantly been caught contradicting herself throughout, like, God knows how long. Like, I've seen so many clips where she's claiming one thing and then denying it in the next, and then she claims it again in another one. And it's like, girl, do you even know what side of the like road you're on right now? Because you're like fucking losing it.
But we're not supposed to remember that.
Well, I mean, did you see Obsession with the One Wish Willow? Like, if I had a One Wish Willow and I was like, I wish I knew who killed Charlie Kirk, and like I broke it, and then I had the knowledge now that it was the Jews, like I wouldn't be surprised. You know how I operate. I'd be like, that makes sense. But yeah, I think it's pretty cut and dry that it's this Tyler Robinson guy for sure. But I'm hoping maybe on Friday Candace says something, and I'm just like, it makes sense now why all these retards are Candace stans.
Yeah, I mean, I feel, I don't know though. I feel like if she came out with something like actually like credible, that like if she actually had something, like we would have heard about it, like 6 months ago.
I think they have a blurry photo, and I don't know what else they have. All I've really seen is they have a blurry photo, or like there's a photo of a parking lot and all the cars are like squished, and they're like, see, look, the cars are squished. And then someone else has to chime in and say, well, that's because it's a wide angle lens. You don't know anything about cameras. And they go like, no, cars don't look like that.
Yeah. Everyone wants to play armchair detective.
Everyone knows everything all the time, and no one is ever wrong about anything.
Well, except for the fact that like I've had actual like cops on the show before who like say that retired. I should put asterisks.
That doesn't
around
count, then,
that.
does it, Sam?
That.
See? Yeah.
But still, retired cops who have said that pretty much they haven't said she's retarded, but they've said that her evidence is lacking.
Well, I heard you say fag earlier, Sam, you naughty boy.
Oh yeah, I picked up. I'm
gonna be honest, Sam. When you first said it, I like literally heard Max in my head being like, "Oh, come on, Sam! I try so hard not to say." And I was like, "Don't say it, don't say it." But I heard him, dude.
Or are we on YouTube? Are we gonna be okay?
We are on YouTube, but like the other thing is
I don't really think they monitor anymore. I remember Rakeda is the one who taught me that if you go live on YouTube, this was way back, maybe like 4 years ago or something, but if you were live on YouTube for 2 hours, then at the 2 hour mark, you could say, NF, whatever the hell you want to say, and they would stop like checking, Like I think they check for exactly 2 hours. I don't know what the rule is now. I think maybe they just don't care anymore.
Well, they used to penalize you if you were smoking on camera or something, which I mean, like that was one of Max's entire thing was smoking and then coughing, and I thought
smoking coffee, swearing.
Yeah, hacking a alarm. I always thought that he was dying on air, which made the news that much more sadder.
Yeah, missed opportunity to die on stream.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I can't say that he wouldn't make that same exact joke. So.
Yeah, no, I'm really sorry, to both of you.
Female cop.
I didn't know him, but I know Sam was really close with him, and obviously you were too. So, I got a beer here. I'll drink to Max.
I have an empty beer can.
There you go. We'll try to get a drop out of it for Max.
It's
England gold. Look at that. Ooh, upgrading.
I'll smoke some weed for him.
There you go. Hey.
Yeah. There's nothing.
You know what's really funny? What's really funny, Morpheus, right? He got mad at me on X the other day. Yep. You remember? He got mad at me about Avril Lavigne.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you were like so mad. And I
wait. What about Avril Lavigne?
Okay, well these two motherfuckers, these two wheelchair bound motherfuckers. They gotta do something with their lives, so they just talk about women on X and they post pictures of hot women. Posted Avril Lavigne, and I don't know what's wrong with me, but I was like, oh, she got kind of dumb tattoos, and he was like, well, they're not like dumb like poetry. I don't remember what he said. I could look it up, but he said something like, well, at least it's not this type of tattoo. And then it just made me think of like how everyone got Pfizer logos back in the day, and so I said Pfizer tattoo. And he goes, "How is it a Pfizer tattoo?" Blah 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 blah.
I went off.
And see, I have tweet notifications turned on for Morpheus. So how did I miss that? But how do I see every single one of your DSP posts, sir?
You missed that one.
It's like freaking Max going at him for the wrestling chicks, dude. That's awesome.
It's funny because I texted Sam like right after, and I said, "Oh god damn it, where is it?"
I said
your friend Morpheus is being a retard.
So that's what you were texting about. I was streaming The Witcher at the time live on PlayStation, and Mort was kind of like backseat gaming a bit, and I'm like, well, no, he's actually very helpful right now.
Oh no, I wasn't watching that.
I'm like, well, no, he's actually being very helpful right now.
Oh,
So
I want to see if I can find the exchange.
Yeah, I was multitasking, going at it with Ash, and then backseat gaming Sammy.
So and also, I guess, like I said, like the like right now, I'm kind of in the doghouse on X for calling the former tech, the former algorithm guy a fag, because they have this retarded rule that in order to get like any traction on your post, you have to post 4 times a day, and they can't be like just self-promotional posts. You have to phrase it in like a question, type of thing for like engagement. It's like, it's weird.
No, it's funny because
I won't be doing that.
Morpheus crashed out at the end. He said, "This whole reply thread didn't need to happen. You don't like her, fine. You didn't need to reply." I was like, "Oh, bro, calm down."
Yep.
Well,
hold on. We got Chibi in the chat, and we've been ignoring her. Hi, Chibi, and she says, "LOL, you guys really are such guys. Women in politics."
Oh yeah, we love them both, don't we, guys?
That is, I mean, Chibi, you've been here long enough, so you know exactly how this show operates. So, also,
goddamn right, Chibi. Women in politics, and sometimes alcohol.
Speaking of women in politics,
okay, yeah,
and other things, ladies, let me see if I can get this. Yay,
ladies!
Look at his cheesy little smile.
My latest book, Vengeance in Venezuela, is now out in paperback, ebook, and this week in audiobook format. Go ahead and pick up a copy of Vengeance in Venezuela, or any of my other books, because Lord knows, unlike Candace Owens, I do not have $3,000. $300,000 to burn.
Yeah, buy a book for your book.
Yeah,
and unlike Candace Owens, which actually might make your dick shrink in size, it is a known fact that if you get and you read Sam's books, your penis size will indeed increase. But you have to read the whole book. You can't just skim it, because then you're just going to get a semi, and then women are going to think you don't want that. So get the books, read the books, cover to cover, and then you'll be covered.
Cover to cover, you're ready for the covers.
Well, and as we all know, since
did Morpheus leave because I brought up the Avril Lavigne thing? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. What?
He got called to the moon. Wait, he's back.
Got called to the moon. Oh, now she's gone. What's happening?
Mort got rumbled.
Is this what they meant by the rumbling?
Got rumbled.
The rumbling.
Yeah, every once in a while, Rumble Studio will sometimes just kick people out. So if it does that, just click the link, again or whatever. But yeah. So
Rumble's retarded.
Andrew and Candace, what are we predicting is going to happen? A lot of people are saying it's not going to happen still. Like even today, people are saying it's not going to happen. No way this is happening. But I know Andrew sent the money. He said he got confirmation. Then he made that video. I don't know if you saw the video he made. And then the Candace camp is saying, oh, he's making hostage videos now. Like he's a hostage. And then they're all going after him because now he's raising money. I thought you had the money. And then Andrew's crew is going, he already sent the money. And then the narrative from Andrew's camp is that, well, I was just going to send you the money and do nothing else. but then everyone kept hitting me up about how they want to help out. So then I made a Go Send Go. And then
So
this camp is just like, oh, you're e-begging.
Yeah, I get the feeling that they're setting the groundwork to try and claim that he's lying and didn't send the money, and then she's going to back out and try to walk away with it. I don't know how well that would work with him, because as I said, like, I know he's a ruthless motherfucker, and I don't think he'll let that slide.
Yeah, so I actually do have that video that in my list of things to play. But yeah, my prediction is she's either going to pull out like at the last minute like she did the last time when she
That was good, Mort. I'm proud of you for that one.
Well, I mean, all I'm saying is maybe her husband should have pulled out. So then she wouldn't have. Then also, according to from what I've heard, from Milo, so it's a reputable source in that case. Her husband might be gay.
I mean, dude,
So like
Milo has. Sorry, go on, Mort.
Like Melanie Mac's husband.
Milo has dirt on everybody. But I heard from a mutual friend that he's not been active online.
Well, I mean, even if he's not gay, let's just. I mean, clearly, Candace is the one who wears, the pants in the relationship, so to speak. I kind of imagine that. Instead of like an abused wife situation, it's an abused husband.
Can you imagine being married to Candace Owens?
Some guys are into that though.
Yeah, I know, like you.
No.
Right, baby. Let me see them generic ass star tattoos.
I'm more interested in her titties.
Is that a skull and crossbones, baby?
Oh my god!
Wait, so Sam, you think she's gonna pull out Giggity?
I think. Well, the other thing is she's like 7. The other thing is she's like 7 months pregnant, which is also why she was claiming that Andrew Wilson.
Oh my god, she is.
Yeah,
that's what she said. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, she's pregnant. That's
all right. So we can add pregnancy hormones to the craziness now.
Well, the thing it is, though, Maxine, like normally I would give her a pass, but let's be honest, like she was crazy before, so.
Oh yeah, no, don't get me wrong. She was already like a bonfire of crazy, and like the hormones is only like a match, but even a match can add a little spark to the craziness. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right, but like honestly, I'm not saying this as I'm not predicting that she's going to fit going into labor. Okay, I'm not saying that. But
her water's gonna break on stage.
But it wouldn't. But
someone slips in it and falls.
Oh shit! Yeah, Andrew's back is broken now, and he's got to be like a Sam Whitfield.
It wouldn't surprise me if she tried something like I'm pregnant, I'm too stressed to debate or something like that as a way to like.
Yeah, I can't argue with me because it's not healthy for my child's development.
All I can see now is that episode of The Office where Pam fakes going into labor and she has the fucking water bottle taped to her leg.
That's more or less what I'm predicting. Also,
okay.
Also, Candace, I just want to clue you in on something. I know you're not watching this, but if you're complaining about Andrew's smoking and how that's going to be detrimental to your kid's health or whatever, I just want to say that your grandparents probably your grandma probably smoked when she was pregnant with your mom.
I mean, smokers are the most oppressed people in society. Like, it's ridiculous to even say that because, like, Andrew's obviously not going to smoke in your studio if you tell him he can't. He's not going to be like, "What the fuck? I need to smoke." Like, he did DebateCon 8. He was there with Dinesh D'Souza debating for like hours, no cigarettes. Like, he's obviously not like, "Hey, hotel, can I smoke in here? I'm famous," or some shit.
I know they want to try and portray it as if he is going to be like he's going to be that asshole that's going, I'm going to smoke. Like, obviously, like he's going to be respectful. Like he can be respectful and like have good debates, but like when you piss him off, he goes off. And sometimes I respect it, and other times I'm just like, yeah, I don't agree so much. But I mean, hey, pop off.
So sometimes it can just be like. Also, though, because he's a New York guy, sometimes he can make like crass jokes, and people think it's like an insult or something like that too.
I love that when he does that on the show because like the reaction of the women on there, their faces, the gasps, the way that their fake titties jiggle, it's like, oh my, you guys are so fucking funny that you don't get that he's a sarcastic asshole and he just got you so good. It's, oh my God, it's awesome.
Again, though, that's why either Morpheus and I should go on whatever.
Oh yeah, we can wheel you both into the studio.
Yeah.
Hashtag titty physics.
Well, more goes harder after the OnlyFans girls than I do. Most of the
And
time.
hey, you shouldn't even really feel bad about it because like if you really like broke down like everything for like the payment shit with that stuff, which unfortunately I had to listen to Max rant about several times, they pretty much already give their shit away for free. So you looking at the titties while you're sitting there for free, you're just kind of doing the same thing other people are doing, but in person.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, Morpheus, what's your prediction for Friday's debate?
I really don't know if it's going to happen. She's going to be a weasel and get out of it somehow.
Yeah, that's kind of my prediction. Here's my whole thing. Even if it does happen, though, it's like I was telling you, Ash.
I'm having pregnancy distress. I can't make it.
Okay, so you both really think it's not happening at all.
I do. Well, I do, but also, Ash, if it does happen, like here's the other thing. Even if it does happen and she does go through with it in their debate, like is anything really like people are acting as if this is going to be like some like major event that is going to change everything regarding the Charlie Kirk assassin.
I think it might be as big as the Kyle Rittenhouse trial.
The Charlie Kirk trial certainly will be.
No, like I'm talking about this debate on Friday might be that like it might bring that many eyeballs and enough people might be very interested in it.
Oh, because people are going to want to see if she is going to do the debate. And if she does, they're going to want to see Andrew like call her out on her shit and do it in a way that she won't be able to, because when she's in her studio doing her show, she can frame it however she wants to answer. But like they want to see someone frame questions and the situation in a way that she's not going to be able to do that, and she's going to have to answer some things, and people are going to want to see that. I want to see that. It seems shady and seems like they are trying to pull out.
I think people are going to be taking off work to come see this. I don't even know what time it is on Friday.
I don't either. The thing of it is, though, I'm not disagreeing that it's going to get millions of eyeballs. My whole thing is, I think it's going to be like the whole Fauci trial thing where millions of people watch.
I plead the fifth.
Well, there's that, but if you really think about it, like, there was that whole thing where Fauci was called before, Congress, and everyone watched it. But it's like, okay, is Fauci actually going to get like arrested? Is anything going to happen? Like, or was it?
So you're saying it might not happen, but if it does, nothing will come of it.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like I don't like I basically.
That's a pretty negative way to look at it, Sam, because I do think that if this does happen, the debate happens, and whatever kind of conversation comes from it. I think there would be at least a few people that would, if not change their mind, at the very least stop and think about some things and maybe go look into things on their own, even if it's just to like prove Andrew wrong. I think it could be beneficial to have people starting to go and look and think for themselves about these things. So, I mean, there could be something good from it.
I would hope so, Maxine. I honestly do. The reason I'm so cynical though is like I know I have like I wouldn't call them friends, but some of these people are like classmates who I went to college with. Some of them are doctors. Like these aren't like stupid people. Like they've got their PhDs now, and some of them have bought into the Candace thing like full sail, and like I've like brought up these things like, okay, well, this thing that Candace brought up doesn't add up, and like for whatever reason, they just want to believe, even when I like have evidence that like, look, Tyler Robinson literally like, this was his gun, like he literally wrote manifestos saying that he wanted to kill Charlie Kirk, like none of that matters to some of the diehard Candace fans.
That's what I was saying at the beginning of the show. Is it's the sunk cost fallacy of being a YouTuber stan, or a YouTuber fan, like
right, and that's all I'm saying is I'm not sure if anyone other than the normies are going to like have a mind change.
I think Maxine's saying like it will be kind of like the end all be all on the topic, like it kind of like puts to rest the fucking topic. Like, someone after Friday posts on X, you can just reply with a clip from this fucking debate.
Yeah,
yeah, pretty much.
I sure hope so. I sure hope so, because like I'm kind of tired of like every 3 weeks like Candace has new info, and I mean at one point like Max was like, honestly, Max and I, neither of us cared to cover it, even though it was like trending YouTube news, because we know it's the same thing of Candace is saying gobbledygook.
I will say that I've seen a lot of stuff about this debate on X. It's pretty much the topic of the day. But
yeah,
I have not seen a Candace person responding to someone with, "Hey, look at this! You can't deny this." Like I haven't seen anyone posting like, "Well, hey, you think Tyler Robinson killed him? Well, look at this." Like I haven't seen anything like that. They don't actually have anything that's convincing anyone.
I've asked it, like I've generally like tried to ask some of them like, so what's your evidence? And just by saying that, they're like, "Oh, you're the guy who interviewed Ben Shapiro, so therefore you work for Israel and you're getting $7,000.
I mean, maybe, if I had the one wish willow, maybe I'd find out that you actually are.
Ash, if Israel
was paying me, I'd be walking by now. God damn it!
If Israel was paying me, I'd be like, Ash, I'm flying out to Florida and we're going to have dinner because holy shit, I just got $7,000.
Yeah.
Where do you want to go?
We're gonna get some hookers and blow.
Well, you know what?
I'd
film that. We could do a live stream on the Whitfield Report on Rumble, probably.
Yeah, but
well, I was at DebateCon 8. It's put on by Modern Day Debate. I don't know if you guys follow them, but you should. And there was a lot of different debates. They do religious debates and they do political debates. And one of them was Destiny versus Dinesh D'Souza. And you can imagine how that went. And then there was Andrew Wilson versus Dinesh D'Souza. And I am pretty much convinced and nobody told me this, I just kind of figure this is the case, that I think, I wouldn't be surprised if Andrew and Dinesh kind of get together, or they communicate before the debate, and it's kind of like pro wrestling. So they're like, "Hey, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna throw these jabs at you, blah blah blah, and then if I do that, you just act like this." I don't know if the entire debate is scripted. I wouldn't even go that far. That seems very hard to do, especially live in person. And I was there. But I do think that there is a pro wrestling aspect to this stuff where both sides are kind of in agreement. Like, oh, hey, I'm going to shit on you this way and you can shit on me back. I never heard Dinesh D'Souza use the word whore more than he did. And it was so funny. Like his voice, his accent, saying the word whore over and over is so funny to me.
Yeah.
And, I'm just saying I wouldn't be surprised, and this might be difficult, but I wouldn't be surprised if Andrew and Candace are talking and they're like, hey, I'm going to do the 300K and then do the give, send, go. And then you do this and you say that. I don't know how much of it is like that, but I think part of it is like that.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the other thing too, is Max and I used to talk about this all the time, is, I mean, as much as the political, people like to make fun of, the pro wrestling fans, like that's pretty much what YouTube debates are these days. It's pro wrestling for
fake until proven gay.
or gay until proven fake.
No, I saw Andrew like throwing all these jabs at Dinesh, and he was just kind of taking them, and I was like, is this agreed upon beforehand? Like it seemed like it might be,
Well, the thing it is too is like I've met Dinesh too. Dinesh is very like calm and like soft spoken, whereas Andrew is just kind of like, I get the impression, not having met him but met guys like him, that him being an East Coast guy, like he's just kind of, he can be loud and obnoxious. And so he'll just talk over, he'll just kind of bludgeon people with his
he would say that he matches his opponent's energy. So if his opponent is nice, he'll be nice. If his opponent's belligerent, he'll be belligerent. And I think that is true.
Yeah. Yeah. Sean, our mutual friend Sean, was actually saying that he thinks that Andrew and I would get along.
Oh, he's a nice. I was outside with him smoking a cigarette, and I had just watched the Destiny versus Dinesh debate, and I said to him, man, I can't wait for your debate versus Dinesh, because Destiny was being retarded or whatever, and I know that you guys together will be a bit more like intellectual. And Andrew just goes, I don't know, I was thinking about just like kind of spurging out. I was like, that's a strategy, sure.
Yeah, I made like a tweet being like, I'm not always the biggest fan of Andrew, but this debate is kind of winning me over. And he's like, well, yeah, I'm awesome.
I saw that. That was cool. You got the Andrew
suck though.
and
what's funny is I kind of created kind of a sub debate within his community where people are like, oh my God, Andrew's being a bit of an asshole, and other people are like, man, he's just joking. And I'm like, yeah, I think Andrew's probably just joking. But
did you know that Andrew Wilson is in the top 5 of most super chatted shows?
I just learned that last night, and
he has less than 400,000 subscribers on YouTube. And one of our mutual friends told me that it makes sense that that's the case because he paywalls a lot of his content.
Yeah.
So I think he does make a lot of money. I know that he has a very nice house. And so I don't know if maybe Candace needs the money. Who knows? Andrew definitely doesn't. And I don't think the crowdfunding thing is untoward or anything. I don't have a problem with it.
Well, the only reason I don't think she needs the money either, though, is because she's made millions of dollars off of this whole thing. Because I've looked at her. I looked at her Social Blade once, which tracks all the monetization, and she's made some ridiculous amount of money the other thing is some autist actually took a screenshot of her set and one of her during one of her shows and literally Googled the type of I don't know sweater she was wearing or something.
Oh man.
And she was wearing a $1,200 designer sweater that was made by women in Africa.
It's like when they do Hassan's clothing, right? He's got this stupid necklace is worth $6,000 or something.
Right. So it's it's she can claim oh, I need the money. It's well, yeah, but your wardrobe is worth more than some people's entire house though. So it's
you have to wonder if it was someone else versus Candace, would it be as big a deal for everybody as it is because it's Andrew, or Andrew versus
I don't think
someone else?
so.
No, is it a big deal because it's specifically Andrew and Candace?
I think so. I think because a lot of people want to see that showdown just because of what they know about each of them, that they just think it would be fun, good, or whatever to watch.
I want to see it partially because all I've ever seen of Andrew is him debating OnlyFans girls. I know he's debated more than OnlyFans girls.
No, you see my I don't even see. I think that's an issue as well because Andrew actually does these TikTok invasion videos where he'll get a bunch of retarded N-words and lefties to debate him on certain topics. He'll debate capitalism or whether Trump's a fascist or not. He's done so many debates. In fact, I know him more as a debater than as the whatever guy myself.
Well, that's what I'm saying though. Is I've seen him do debates too, but I've seen him do debates with really stupid people who who you or I, who anyone on this panel could take down in 5 seconds, right?
Oh yeah.
And trust me, I know he's a good debate guy. But I think what's also interesting is Candace wants to paint herself as some super intellectual, and we know she's not. But for her to go up against an actual someone who is actually smart and who can hold their own in a debate, I think would be really entertaining. So, also, I just learned because he released his resume that he's a former NYPD officer, and considering that I've had a few of them on the show.
Wait,
hell
Andrew
yeah,
Wilson?
Yeah, he was a police.
I had no idea. I thought he was just a robotics. He used to work in robotics.
He did that, but prior to that, he was a cop. That's what. Well, because people started asking why. Well, why aren't there any social media photos or any photos of you prior to 2020? And he's yeah, well, because I was an undercover cop, and I literally couldn't have an online presence. And
I saw people going in on him about not having a fucking presence, and I was sitting here going well, I don't have an online presence. Maybe he just didn't use the internet. Maybe he just didn't use social media.
Yeah, but him being a cop also makes a lot of sense because having interviewed a lot of them
yeah, well, you don't have time to use social media if you're a cop.
Well, also though, you don't want the bad guys being able to just find your name and then
case closed. You're right. Yeah, fucking there you go. That explains it. Done.
Yeah, so it's yeah, no shit. If you're a cop or something, you don't want some drug dealer going on, Instagram or Facebook and then finding that you're a cop and finding the cop's name and then doing something horrendous.
Can you imagine getting pulled over by Andrew Wilson? Honey, I caught you going at 65 miles per hour. It's 40 down here. What are you doing?
That would be an amazing show if you just let him ride around with the cops and let him interact with, especially if it's one of those fucking, what are they, sovereign citizen people? Oh my God, they are nut jobs. I would love to see him deal with one of them.
Well, him as a police detective too would be hilarious because he would be. I could totally picture him being like the whole noir detective, just like chain smoking cigarettes, being like
fucking Columbo.
Yeah,
he would be Columbo.
Yeah, literally.
I like the idea of him just having to do mundane tasks with his shift. He's just like, well, you see, that's what happens when you don't put your kid in the correct car seat. You get a ticket, okay? And you're gonna have to show up in court on this date. I can't change it.
Dude,
I can't change it.
I would watch that. I would so watch that.
Yeah. Also, your impression of him is shockingly good.
I could just imagine.
Right? I was thinking that.
Hey, Bill, I told you can't parallel park in front of your house. I told you. Car needs to be in the garage, okay?
I honestly, if Norm Macdonald were still around, Norm versus Candace Owens would be a hilarious debate.
Dude, I keep getting Norm Macdonald clips from like Conan and shit. And it's always him telling like a joke that's just like a long story that doesn't go anywhere.
I mean, I'm sorry about that because that's probably me sending you those. Also,
did you see the one where his son is telling him jokes and like he doesn't like any of them, and then his son tells him like the shittiest of all of them, and he goes, "Okay, that was good."
Yeah, because that was one of his bits too. Was just going for the joke that everyone hated. Max used to do that too. A lot of the time, too. I recently found out that Max had been trolling me for the entire time of our friendship too.
Oh God, I love this story. It never gets old. Continue.
Because Max and I used to talk at like TV shows and whatnot off air. And so I once recommended the show Dexter to Max.
Love Dexter.
And he was like, "Yeah, I've never seen it." And so I did a whole summary of the show. I even told him that like I would get him the box set for Christmas or something. And I don't know, like 3 weeks ago I told Maxine that and
she was like, "No, he loves Dexter. He watches it every summer."
I
pretty
almost died laughing because I was like, we watched that show together. That was like one of our couple shows that we always watched. And like, I was like, I can't believe he actually got you with that because, oh my God, we like even talked about like the new season and shit. Yeah. And then Sam's like, yeah, he said he never watched it. I was like, oh my God, he fucking got you so good, dude.
Can you imagine Sam's talking to Max off the air and he's like, you should watch Dexter, and Max is like, what's that? And Max is just like, he's just like lighting his joint, he's crossing his legs, he's leaning back in his recliner, he's letting Sam like stutter and explain the whole.
That's pretty accurate.
He's laughing in his head. It's like, oh yeah, then what happens, Sam? He's like, oh anyway, Hannah McKay shows up. And he's like, "Who's that?" Whoa.
Well, I never went that far, but yeah, that's pretty much how it would have been.
Well, Dexter was good. I didn't watch the New Blood thing or whatever.
It was pretty.
That's
good.
Where we drew the line.
I'm such a weeb. I only watch anime. In English.
The last anime I watched was Cyberpunk Edge Runners.
Well, I heard that was good.
which I heard they're getting a season 2.
Yep.
And I know that anything CDPR related is Morpheus's.
It's right up my wheelhouse.
Department.
Dude, I'll never forget, like, they were coming out with Cyberpunk, and I was so excited. And so, like, I invested in CD Projekt Red. And then, like, it came out, and it was, like, a buggy mess and shit. And then, like, I just watched as my, like, stock tanked, like, all the way down. I was like, oh, okay. I thought this was going to be, like, because it came out around Christmas. So, like, I thought everyone's going to get it for Christmas. This is going to be great. And, like, I guess it doesn't matter sales numbers. It's just, like, it just tanked.
Well, what they really need to do and
what killed it was PlayStation pulling it off the store.
Oh,
yeah.
I heard it's really good now, and I did have some fun with it. What I was
Yeah.
really annoyed about, though, is I was playing the mail, and okay, two things annoy me about it. First, I picked like the corpo route, and I really thought that this game would let me like be a corpo for a while, but it's just like a nonsense doesn't mean anything starting point where you're a corpo for like 3 minutes and then nothing. It doesn't even matter that you were a corpo. And then the other thing that annoyed me is I really like what's her face, Judy. And I love the shit out of her. And then at the end, she just leaves because you're not a lesbian. You're a dude. And it's like, really?
Yeah,
what's her face? Perona, whatever her name is.
Pan Am?
Yeah, sorry, Pan. I gotta fuck her instead. Fuck. Oh, and then the cop guy liked me, and I was like, go away. Like, gross.
There's a mod out there for Judy.
I'm sure, but I shouldn't have to, is my point.
Oh, I agree.
Oh, Judy's the best. Oh, God.
Yeah.
I don't even like tattoos, as you know, but I'll hang out with Judy.
Right?
Send more Judy pics on X, both of you.
You know,
that can be arranged.
Okay.
I am going to do a cyberpunk playthrough at one point. Once I finish The Witcher, or as I call it, the Keanu Reeves friendship simulator.
Oh yeah.
So
he was the best part, and the music and him, they're the best part of that.
Which supposedly he wants to come back for the second Cyberpunk game, and I'm like,
and Mike Pondsmith has said there are ways. So.
Well, of course, it's his universe more. If there's one thing I've learned from
that's why I'm saying it.
If there's one thing I've learned from being a writer, it's that you can kill and bring back characters whenever you please, basically.
Oh, Sam, you know our
didn't happen on screen. He's not dead.
Sam, you know our one friend was down here visiting me, and I told him, I said, man, you know, a real way to like save free speech, because you know how everyone says retarded now, no one cares. Like Tim Pool will say retarded, everyone will say retarded, no one cares. Even Brian Shapiro said retarded when he debated Rachel Wilson. So I told our friend, I said, we need a very famous white guy to say the N-word, right? We need a very famous person that everyone likes, either side likes, just to say the N-word, like very publicly. And he suggested Keanu Reeves, and I was like, that's a great idea. If Keanu Reeves just says the N-word, like it's no big deal, I think we might save America.
That or the world might implode upon itself. Either one.
I don't know. Like, I mean, retard came back with a vengeance. It's so good. We need N-word and faggot. That would be
well, Keanu is also Canadian though, so they might.
Oh no! They might nade him. They might medical assistance in dying him.
Oh my God! That gives me an idea for John Wick 5, but it's John Wick versus basically the Canadian government trying to maid people.
So, yeah, it's just a bunch of Indian hospital workers tying him down to a chair.
Pretty much.
Dude, I had a Canadian student or some Indian student with family in Canada. I don't remember. But I remember he was talking about like Canada, how great it is. And I was like, dude, don't half your people over there die by like euthanasia, and he was like, yeah. He was like, yeah, it's not good.
I once was flirting with this chick from Canada.
Oh yeah,
and she was like, "So what about a relationship?" And I was like, "Well, I don't want to get. Well, you're nice, but I don't want to get mated if we end up in a relationship. So, no, thank you."
She's like, "Baby, come on, just one time."
she would be. I mean, jokes on her.
Like, you can't walk, honey. There's only one option. Come on.
I mean, jokes on her. Once she finds out that my inheritance is just going to uncensored America, basically, that I've cut her out of the will in this hypothetical situation. But
I pressed the wrong button. Yeah, so is there anything else to say about this debate? I wish I knew what time it was on Friday.
Yeah, no one knows
what channel it's on or anything.
It's
tomorrow's Thursday.
Supposedly, well, I know that Patrick Bet-David, that Iranian guy, is going to be moderating it, so it's probably going to be on his channel.
Dude, it was so crazy because Sean has like the inside connection. So he was talking to someone who knew who the moderator was. And so on his own accord, Sean said, okay, hold on, let me guess. Is it A, Joe Rogan, B, Matt Walsh, or C, Patrick Bet-David? And the guy he was talking to who knew the answer, he said, yes, it's one of those three. And so he was texting me all day. We were trying to convince ourselves who it was. And I was like, man, I think it's Matt Walsh, just because I can kind of imagine Matt Walsh in a suit and his glasses and his like legs crossed, and with a notepad or some bullshit. So I was really thinking Matt Walsh. And then I thought, well, no, because Candace doesn't like the Daily Wire people, and that wouldn't make sense. But I didn't think Patrick Bet-David would be like a crowd drawer. So we kind of both agreed it would be Rogan. We were like, oh, man, would I bet money it's Rogan? We were all thinking about it. And then it turns out it was Patrick Bet-David. But he still guessed it out of his ass.
Well,
hey, I found out some information for you. It says that Patrick Bet-David moderates a live debate between Candace Owens and Andrew Wilson over the assassination August 14th at 10 a.m. GMT.
Whoa, what the fuck does GMT mean?
I don't know.
Oh, it's Greenwich Mean Time. Who the fuck is posting that? Hold on, let me type in 10 a.m. I can't do it without looking. 10 a.m. GMT to Central Time. Let me see. Oh, it's 5 a.m. No, it's not. No way it's at 5 a.m. Central Time. No way.
I'm Googling when this debate is. I'm just Googling when this debate is, because
that's what I did. That's how I found out the information of when it is. I just don't know what the fuck that time is here for us.
Maybe the AI was just like, oh, I don't know the time. Let me give her a random time.
Let me ask Grok.
Yeah, dude. Dude, Grok sucks at physics, by the way. I try to figure out try to ask him what the physics answer is, and he just hallucinates, and like he goes, well, it's this answer, but actually, wait, that doesn't make any sense, because then this is the answer, but wait, that doesn't make any sense. And he just keeps going. I have to stop him.
Yeah.
Okay, so I found a tweet posted by the PBD podcast.
Yeah.
And it says August 14th at 10 a.m. I'll actually put it in the little group tweet thingy-majig, Sam.
We have a group tweet thingy-majig?
I'll add you to that.
Hell
Ash.
yeah.
I will also add you to our exclusive staff Discord.
Ooh, I'm infiltrating.
If
you don't know what you've done, Sam.
if if I can remember what your Discord handle is.
I'm gonna TOS you so hard. I'm just kidding. No, I'm son of Medicare, son_of_Medicare.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. No, I would love to join the secret Discord.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, you're not active in our Uncensored America Discord. Everyone join the Uncensored America Discord, uncensoredamerica.us. You can get a link.
Is the Uncensored America Discord still active? Because the last time I was in there, I got into an argument with one of the other cripples who turned out to be like a full-blown.
Oh, you're talking about Draco.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't want to mention him on air.
He is out. He's gone. He's thrown to the side of the road, dude. Like, he's not there now.
Yeah, 10 a.m. Eastern time.
Okay, cool. Okay. Not Nikki. Sorry, Maxine can't read. It's not GMT. It's EMT. Wait, Eastern time.
EST.
No. The thing that I saw first said GMT, so I figured that was probably wrong and looked at it again, and then I found the tweet. So suck on that, bitch.
I love your profile picture here, by the way, with the ghosts and everything.
Oh, thank you. The Shadow Man is supposed to be Max, and the little ghost is my friend Jasper that he made for all the songs.
Oh, hell yeah. No, that's totally my style. I love that. I love like Nightmare for Christmas, Sweeney Todd, all that stuff.
Oh my God, me too.
You know, they're making a Scrooge with our guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
With Johnny Depp. Yeah. Oh my God. I saw it and I was so fucking excited. It's gonna be called Ebenezer, I think. And oh my God, I saw that. I shared it with Penn and like the group chat she threw me in, and I was like, I am so fucking excited for this.
Okay, but someone ruined it because they watched the trailer and they posted underneath the trailer and they were like, oh, I saw a black person already in like whatever fucking decade England. I'm like, yeah, hopefully that's not a big thing. You know, hopefully it's not like ridiculous.
Yeah, let's hope it's just a small thing that we can like look past.
Dude, at least Tim Burton got away with doing Sweeney Todd with all white people and no one cared.
Seriously, I think it was just because most of the people were from freaking Harry Potter, so that's why they didn't care.
Well, also though, when he did Sweeney Todd, wasn't that like 2006 or whatever? So that was like way before woke.
Yeah. Dude, did you play Expedition 33? It was 2007, Sweeney Todd's 2007, but you're right. Dude, Expedition 33, right? It's about like French people. And I remember I was playing it, and at the very beginning, you're running through the town, there's all these NPCs, and they purposely put a bunch of black people like in berets and the striped shirts. And I remember thinking like, this just really doesn't make sense. And then the rest of the game has 0 black people in it. And then I think they just did it, dude, to bait the fucking journalists, you know, the game urinalists, right? To be like, oh, this is diverse. And then they know they won't get through the whole game because they don't actually play fucking games. And so it's just like a bait and switch. And I was like, okay, that's kind of based. You put all these black French people at the beginning and then they never show up ever again. Okay, kind of based maybe.
Do you remember? I can't remember which battlefield it was. I think it was the battlefield they did for World War II. But basically, it was one of those games where like you had the opportunity. I kid you not, to put like if you wanted to play the Axis, there were little like black Nazis.
Wow.
That you could I mean, so, you know, the SS, I guess, according to DICE or whatever the studio was very progressive.
It's like the Odyssey, you know. Like I literally talked to people in real life. I was like, "Oh man, they made Helen of Troy black, and like that doesn't make any sense." And they'd be like, "Well, she could have been." I'm like, "What do you mean? What? No, what?" They're like, "Well, she could have been." You don't know. Yeah.
Who's playing her?
What's her face? The African lady?
Lupita.
Oh, well, that tells me a lot.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
It's literally some African lady. It doesn't
all right.
Helen of Troy at all.
The only thing I know about it is that like Tom Holland's in it, and then like some chick I know, but I can't even remember who it is.
in it.
Oh my god, that's right. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, now I really won't go see it.
No,
or watch it anywhere. Fuck that.
Sean was saying it was it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Everyone's kind of saying pretty good. Some people told me it was better than Obsession. I'm like, I don't know, dude. Probably not, but whatever. Everyone can like what they like.
I am still pissed off at her for ruining the Umbrella Academy, okay? Like, I haven't even been able to finish watching that. I want to. I'm trying to. But what she did to the fucking character, fuck you, dude. She was like my favorite character. The Umbrella Academy? Oh my god, don't tell me you've never seen the Umbrella Academy.
No, which person are you talking
about? Oh my fucking they call him like what fucking Vincent or something now. I don't know. I haven't.
Lupita or Elliot Page.
I'm talking about Elliot Page in the Umbrella Academy. She played like what the fuck is that chick's name? I can't remember now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Ellen Page, but now she's
how
like
annoying this is. Yeah.
Yes, it's frustrating too.
Did you watch Hard Candy with her in it?
No.
Oh, there's a movie called Hard Candy with Ellen Page in it, and it's basically, is it Ethan Hawke or Ethan? Yeah, Ethan Hawke.
Yeah, Ethan Hawke.
Yeah, I think he's in it, and it's basically this guy's like a pedophile, and he tries to pick up her friend at the like Blockbuster, and then Ellen Page is the friend of the girl, and like she like drugs him and straps him down, like cuts off his penis while he's still awake with no anesthesia, and then convinces him to like jump off a roof and kill himself.
Oh my god. I cannot find what the character's original fucking name is. All I can see is the new name they changed it to, which is Victor.
Dude, have you seen Elliot fucking Page? Like,
I'm sorry. I don't mean to be rude or disrespectful, but horrendous. I'm sorry.
No,
doesn't
you
look
be
good.
rude and disrespectful because it's the most ridiculous thing that ever happened to anybody. And
really,
she now has the most ridiculous vocal fry you've ever heard. She talks like this, like all the time, like this. Like I feel like
her jaw looks so weird to me now.
You know, she has implants in her abs to make it look like she has abs. So she did like that photo shoot where she was doing boxing, and everyone's like, "Oh, look, she's ripped," or "He's ripped," and it's like, no, those are just like fake abs. Like guys do not have abs for the most part unless they are actually like dieting and like working out and like they know what they're doing. Do you have abs, Sam?
I mean,
no. Okay,
no.
Do you have abs, dude? He fell asleep. Maxine, do you have abs? I don't have abs. I will admit it to you all right now. I do not have abs. But suddenly, Ellen Page has fucking ripped ass abs, and does boxing, and is super short. And
it's like she's literally trying to become the real life Ken doll, and it's like, dude, like go ahead, you can try to do that all you want, but even he's not anatomically correct, so you're still not gonna be a man, no matter how hard you try. Sorry, man, it's not gonna happen.
Okay. Craig in chat says, "I'm here to remind the world," in all caps, by the way. Craig says, "I'm here to remind the world that Samuel and Samantha both shorten to the androgynous name Sam, and 0 people I've ever needed to know anything about pronouns to distinguish between the two." True. That is true.
True. Well, I mean, I have a friend named Nikki or Nicole, and I just call her Nick sometimes. I'm like, Nick, it's your turn. Like, we're playing pool. I'm like, Nick, it's your turn. You know, like, no one gives a fuck.
Right.
Everyone knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It's fun to give your friends nicknames. Like, I call Sam Whitfield Sammy. Sammy boy. What's up, Sammy? You know?
One of my grandmother's names was Charlotte, and her nickname was literally Chuck. And it was perfectly fine.
And everyone knows you're talking about a woman. Yeah.
I mean, the other thing is, like, the other thing is tomboys have kind of come back into fashion too. Now that like
yeah.
now
The problem with tomboys is that like I don't know, like I mean everyone wants a tomboy secretly, don't they? You know, but
well, but that's better than but my point is that's better than like telling girls, "Oh, you're
yeah, it's
actually
better than going tranny, yeah.
yeah."
Oh God, dude! Can you imagine being one of these women or one of these men? You've been married for 20 years, and your partner's like, "Oh, I think I'm a different sex." Like, God, fuck, no! God damn it! Like, please stop right now! Like, please don't.
I hate the whole tomboy like debate, like especially now because everyone assumes that like the tomboys are the women that are getting confused for like trying to be trans men or whatever, or even lesbian, even if they're not. And it's like there are some tomboys out there that, like me, when I was a teenager, I preferred like more like to wear like the guys' clothes because they were baggier, they were more comfortable, but I was still girly in other ways.
Oh.
Not every single tomboy looks like a dyke, no offense. And it's just like I just hate the whole fucking tomboy thing and them trying to turn it into some transgender thing. And it's just like, god damn, some chicks just like to wear guys' shirts because they're baggier. And you know what? They took away our fucking pockets, okay? So we're taking your pants to get the pockets back, okay?
Can't fit shit in here, yeah. Now, you know, it's like when your girlfriend tells you, "Hey, what do you think about having an open relationship?" It's like, fuck, god damn it.
No.
Like now you can't think about anything else. It can't go back to normal. Hey, I think I might be a dude. Fuck! God damn it.
Yeah.
Okay, what's worse? Just having them say that like they think they're really a dude, or like you find it between their legs and find out they're really a dude?
Well, I mean, obviously the second one's worse. I mean, I'm talking about someone you're in love with, you've been with for a while, and they say either "I think I might be a guy," or they say, "Hey, what do you think about opening up the relationship?" It's over. That's the massive, most red. What's redder than red? The blood flag. That's the
Oh
blood
yeah,
flag
no,
you gotta
absolutely.
get out of there.
If anyone asks for an open relationship, it's done. It's over. Because even if like, let's say you're like, oh yeah, sure, let's try it. It's never the same once you go back.
No,
I have known people. No, I've known
no.
people personally that fucking did that shit and like even like brought a person into their fucking home as a shared girlfriend. And then my friend was like, he's spending so much time with her and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, you remember how when you came to me and said that and I said you're dumb as shit and that it wasn't going to work out and you were going to get divorced? Yeah, let me know when you sign the papers. Like I
think it's
duh.
It's the worst thing that one partner could say to the. I don't like the word partner. I'm just kind of using it right now. But the worst thing a girl could say to the guy is, "Can we open our relationship?" Because even if you say no, she's already thought about it, and now you know she might be looking. You know what I'm saying? She might be doing.
And she's probably already.
Now you're completely paranoid. Like, what the fuck is she doing when I'm not around? Fuck.
Yeah, it's funny because women won't stop and think that exact thing in reverse. What if your man came to you and said that and you're like, no, absolutely not, and he says, yeah, okay, fine, but you're gonna have that thought in the back of your head of like, is he checking that woman out? Does he wish he was with that woman? Are the late nights that he's working really him with another woman? Like, stop and think about that before you go and destroy what could be a good relationship with that fucking bullshit.
Also, good evening, Craig.
What's up, Craig?
I am.
He's got a sleep.
Hey,
Am I live yet? There we are.
You are. So we've been talking a lot of stuff. Any thoughts on the Candace versus Andrew Wilson
Andy debate?
I have several, but first, have you voted yet? Come on, Florida man.
No, not yet. No, not yet. On Tuesday though,
Here is your timely reminder.
I appreciate that, fellow Florida man.
Because I went and voted today.
Hey, good for you.
Yep, it is.
Get your ass out there and vote.
Did you vote for the based people?
Based on what?
It always tries to autocorrect my phone. I say base is like on, based on. No.
I voted for the best people. That's what I voted for.
All right, there you go. Hey, good job. We appreciate your. Thank you for your service. Oh, Slash is in chat.
Yeah, there you go. So, two retards fighting. What?
I wouldn't say it. Well,
I think look, as a jilted never was an ex. Candace Owens, what she really needs to get off the current crazy train is the next one, and by that I mean she needs to find another man to glom onto hopelessly, and settle down with the guy who's currently paying for fucking everything in her life, including the nannies raising her kids without her.
Funny how she.
They're good.
Funny how she's accused Erica of doing that.
Oh yeah, look, she has all the time in the world to debate until you actually set a time for it.
Yeah. Well, my
what
prediction.
do you mean during the days I said I was free? Oh my god.
Well,
I have to say real quick, the fact that I just discovered that she's 7 months pregnant, like it just fucking clicked in my brain, and she is saying these horrific things about Erica, a widow who is mourning the loss of her husband and trying to take care of her children by herself now. How the fuck are you a mother?
Let's be fair. Erica Kirk does have a cloud of people who are very much willing to help her out.
Oh yes, absolutely. I'm talking about just like the strict morality of it, of you being a fucking mother. I could never imagine, especially now, like I'm going through something similar. So maybe it's because like I can like kind of understand, like obviously opposite ends of the spectrum here. But like I could never imagine saying shit about another woman who was mourning like that. Even if I like disagreed with stuff, even if I thought like, oh, they were like this way, I wouldn't be out there fucking saying it actively because that's just so fucking disgusting. I'm appalled by it, and she should be ashamed of herself.
Well, you see, like, you can even throw out the whole idea of baby brain being involved. Like, it's clearly not that. You know, like it's not the fact that she's hormonal. She was saying all the dumb shit she's saying now, well before she got pregnant. You know, this is just plain her coming out of her mouth. So like, you know, on a more serious note, I don't know if like getting attached to someone else, because the end of the joke there was maybe it'll be Andrew Wilson. He was the father of 3 kids who aren't his. Look, and bear in mind, I can applaud the man for choosing to be in that situation. That is a laudable thing. If you love a woman and you're willing, and that's part of the deal you're signing up for when you want to be with her. And that's, you know, as long as you know that shit going in, and like it's not going to get worse, you know, and there's potential for it to get better, you know. Sure, he very much loves to be around his wife and kids. What he professes is radically different from that lifestyle. But I could also see how, you know, living an edge case does not mean you should draw from that experience to describe the bulk of experiences. So like, I'm not going to shoot him on that one. Like, you know, I can shoot him down for that. At the same time, though, Candace is probably going to mention the fact that he is in a relationship with a mom of 3 kids by 3 men, all of whom aren't him. And historically, that has brought immediately his kitty claws out and his wives.
Yeah.
Or wives, rather. He might, like, he I won't say he like melts down, but he kind of comes unglued a little bit. That stuff's brought up.
Yeah, he does
See,
tend to spur.
that's what I was saying before. See?
Kind of like if you bring up Candace Owens' ability to pronounce words.
Yeah,
it's a problem.
Yeah, but I mean, Morpheus and I are both crippled, and we stutter, and yet we still pronounce words better than she does.
Listening to you guys speak is a
Damn
more
it.
pleasurable experience than listening to her try to sound out a fucking word.
Well, that's
let alone try to get a complete thought out. She speaks like people play golf while high. Like she is as exciting as two gnats fucking on a fruit. You know, it's just not something I want to pay attention to. And for some reason, I have to shoo it away from my timeline from time to time.
You and your fucking imagery, man. I'm a very visual person, and I got some images now.
I'm sorry, I had to draw a bit of the Carlinism there, describing exactly how interesting golf is. He said it's like watching flies fuck.
Well,
no, dude, it was funny.
In case
I like
you're wondering where that little gem just kind of precipitated from.
Well, Maxine, since we're in the visual department, all I have to say is, pussy smoke, pussy smoke, pussy smoke.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
You know, I'd say you're gonna wear that one out, but it's pretty well lubricated.
It is.
Fuck you.
Was it as well lubricated as Bill though? That's the $1 million question.
Well, they don't call him Slick Willie for nothing.
That's
I
true.
regret ever making that fucking joke.
Oh man.
I mean, you know,
Look, it's the fact that we came back to it.
Off a whole thing.
It's the fact that we came back to it on both podcasts and checked our work and looked at the next. You know, it's like doing your science. You don't just kind of come up with conclusions. You come up with future work. You know, and with further funding, we could accomplish this, that, and the other. I'm not saying we should investigate further, but I'm saying there was potential.
What's...
I should have known better. Like, I knew how my husband was, first off, and I knew that he was going to take that joke and try to embarrass the shit out of me with it, because it was good. And then, I can't really complain too much, because if you remember, I did help him design a shirt for it, so we just never made it. But I can't really say too much, but it haunts me though.
Put that shit on Teespring and market it at fraternities.
What's even funnier, Maxine, is I don't know if either you, Maxine, or Craig, if you know this part of the story, but when Max proposed it to me off air, I'm like no, I know Craig jokes around, but when it comes to engineering, he strikes me as a very serious person. And
that's why Max knew something you didn't, dude. He's like, nah, I know this guy. He's gonna go in on this.
Yeah, so when I DM'd Craig,
buddy, you know how engineering is fueled, right? At the collegiate level, you know what fuels engineers, right?
Yes, I listened to the latest episode. Yeah. Why? Well, I heard you and Steve talking about how when you publish papers, you guys just try and come up with the most convoluted technical jargon just to
Again, you don't send. Maybe you send that to your PI, because then it's funny. We'll get in my PI. He played football. I played lacrosse. We're able to bond over college sports. We're able to have fun with this kind of shit. And be masculine and enjoy comedy and have some fun in the department. You don't send that shit. Again, incidentally, was the editor of Journal of Rheology, so I don't mind sending that to him as the editor. But if I'm trying to sell my paper to a journal that I don't know anybody in, I'm not going to send them. I'm not going to be just a dick outright. Like, if I have extra words in there, it's for a purpose.
Yeah, no, that's the same thing when I was taking graphic design classes. Like, there are all sorts there's all sorts of technical terms for graphic design and literally the psychology of colors and how it and how it influences your brain.
Psychology of colors.
Yeah, there's literally a whole theory on
well, this is why we have warm colors and cool colors. And sometimes we have clashing colors. We call those people marketing majors.
But every day we have the red, white, and blue.
Damn right.
That is a fact.
Well, I was going to say, Craig, the whole baby mama thing. I think I could be corrected if I'm wrong, but I think that Andrew and Rachel have known each other for a long, long, long time.
I suspect so.
I think they knew each other in high school or something. I think they've always been kind of close. If she didn't have however many baby daddies, let's say they had a perfect Christian ass to the letter marriage, they would just find someone else to say, I told my friend Brendan, I think Sam knows Brendan, but Brendan loves politics.
Yeah.
We always talk about politics. He's the one person who, I'm okay with just talking politics, straight up politics. And I told him, I was like, man, mark my words, they're going to start, because they got these Ozempic injections and all this stuff now. They're going to start making fun of right-wingers for being fat. And that's what they do with Andrew Wilson now. They make fun of him because he's fat. And I saw him in person 2 weeks ago, and he was not that fat anymore. He was looking pretty good. Well, but they'll make fun of him for being fat or chain smoking or whatever other baggage he might have.
If he's got fat on him, if he's got diabetes, he comes by it naturally. Those motherfuckers all have no control over their habits, and they're proud of it.
I just think that the whole baby mama thing, okay, yeah, I get what you're saying, but if that wasn't the case, you would just say something else,
Well,
yeah.
Like I said, the thing is, I'm not judging him on that directly because I'm not going to be involved in their personal life. But that is specifically something that catty dipshit Owens, much the same as any other people who have surface level intelligence when they're speaking, are gonna just jump at with him. Because that's the classical cliche there, of course, is you jump to ad hominem when you've lost the argument.
Yeah.
And or you just jump to insult. You don't even go with ad hominem at that point. But I could see Owens just using that to trip him up subconsciously just because she's a psycho bitch.
Yeah, but I think he's heard it 1,000 times. I don't think it will affect him.
But he still comes unglued. And it's not now it's possible that he's heard it 1,000 times and it's just the one or two times that it does affect him that keep getting popularized. Well, it seems like every time it's brought up in a clip that goes around, and again, this is a frequency bias. Every time there's a clip that goes around, and there's several that are recent, where it's mentioned, he just kind of comes apart.
Well, it goes back to what I said. He's said that he matches his opponent's energy. So if his opponent's being a total dick, then he's just going to be a total dick too.
Yeah, there's ways to do that without being without looking like you're being personally impacted emotionally.
Well, and to be fair, and like I've told you, Ash, the thing I actually have more of an issue with her than I actually have more of an issue with Rachel than I do with Andrew, because Rachel tries to, from what I've seen, portray herself as one of these trad wife,
She's not.
No,
it's sad that she tries that.
No, she's not.
I think she has the. So I say like this: it's nice that she has that as an aspiration, and that she professes that as an aspiration. And there's always, as a parental figure, you always end up inevitably coming down with children saying, "Do as I say, not as I do."
Yeah.
So I can see where she professes that as a noble aspiration. Back to things that we know work. But her situation is working for her, and that's the nuance of it. And she does not. She does not come into conversation with that nuance. She comes in with a cudgel, and then when gets slapped back into her face. You know,
she gets
in the backswing.
She gets catty about
Yeah,
it.
Exactly.
that's the thing is, I honestly, and Max and I had talked about this a little bit. I honestly think like this whole fucking trad wife thing needs to go.
Oh, it's a grift.
Because
Always been.
Women either don't get what it was supposed to mean, like, and they think like her, and they think they have to like portray in like the, you know, the perfect kind of housewife way, and then there are the ones that think it like we literally mean like going back to like the 1950s and shit, and like beating wives and stuff, and it's like,
are you telling me that
trad wife is just supposed to be like a chick like me that just like, you know, you stand on your fucking morals when it comes to your family and shit, and you just like, you do what works for your family, and you know, you're the good wife that, you know, you do the things that basically like a Christian woman is supposed to do in the home, essentially. Okay, I'm sorry to go there, but it's true.
You wear mixed fibers, don't you?
Jesus. It's the whole trad wife thing is just, it's gotten so fucking warped now. And I mean, Max and I knew someone in real life that unfortunately she went from someone that I thought that I could really relate to and be a good friend with, and was the person that I was originally supposed to do the sandwich makers stuff with. It was going to be a YouTube channel back then, but she went down that trying to be the trad wife, and she just unfortunately ended up basically shaking her titties on D Live for fucking coins while her children run around in the background. And
oh man,
that's why we cut our ties.
I remember I was telling my friend, because he came down to my new apartment, you know, you got people coming over. It's like no one ever comes over. So I fucking cleaned every fucking inch of this place. And I told him, I was, you know, we're just talking. I was like, oh man, I really need a wife. Like, it'd be nice because I work all the time. And when I come home, it'd be nice if the place was clean. And he like freaked out. He's like, what? I was like, it's not that weird, dude. It's not that weird to have that sentiment.
Not weird. Look, it's like having a roommate, except, you know, you get to fuck them every once in a while.
Yeah, well, and then everyone has their
and
job.
You like them.
It's like, I'll go make the money, and you can
and
make
you
sure
actually
the
want to
place is
spend
kept,
the bills.
you know?
You actually want to spend money on their bills.
Oh,
you know?
Yeah.
They might even have a kid with you on occasion.
Yeah, yeah. I wonder how you know, what it would be like if John McAfee was still alive. You know, like I wonder.
That'd be wild.
I wonder what his take on the blacks would be, because like he has a black wife, and I wonder if people would be like, "Oh man, he's saying how like blacks are a problem, but he's got a black wife." It's like that's how I kind of feel about the Andrew
answer
Wilson
to that.
thing.
You can have the answer to that if you're able to own enough whacked.
If I'm able to own enough what?
You didn't know about? Do you know about whacked? This cryptocurrency?
Oh, yeah, whacked. Yeah, $ whacked. Yeah, that dude. I remember his Twitter handle had the Joe Star, Joe Star on it, right?
It was he. I'm sure would find a way to. I think he would have been really funny when it came to the whole Seth Rich thing. That would have totally rat fucked Hillary Clinton in that fashion, but you know, alas.
I mean, shoot. There are a lot of people who are gone now. Who I wonder what their opinions would have been.
Wish you could hear from them, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously, Max. Like, also, like, you know, what would like Rush Limbaugh think of like what the podcast space is now? You know, because it's
a podcast.
Well, yeah, but like also it's become like a total shit show compared to like what it was even when like Rogan and I first started, because like that's how long I've been doing this shit now.
Does anyone here actually watch Candace Owens?
Nope.
Like, do we know if she has, do we know if she has like takes on like body cameras and like black people?
Well, I'm sure it's all Israel's fault and that French lady. You know,
well, I guess I'm just trying to equate like the Andrew Rachel situation with the baby daddies and stuff to like if Candace Owens watched some body cameras and goes like, yeah, this is a problem with blacks or something. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's very similar. It's like, yes, I want a traditional marriage, blah, blah, blah. It didn't work out perfectly because she was with some other dudes, but like, I'm sure they believe it. I don't know if they're necessarily grifting or lying or anything.
I don't honestly think. I'm sure they believe it. I don't think they're grifting that hard.
The
I
grift
think
isn't in the belief; it's in professing something that they clearly don't follow, even though it's aspirational.
So like if
they can't follow it.
Like if I fucked a dog once, am I not allowed to say like, "Hey, fucking dogs, don't do it"?
Oh my God! Why am I getting flashbacks of KK?
Is everyone gonna come and like attack me for like fucking a dog once because I keep saying don't fuck dogs?
You're talking about people who do not have the capacity for second and third order thinking. So when you say hypothetically, let's say I fucked a dog, what they hear is, guys, I fucked a dog. This conversation,
or at the very least, they now think you want to.
This conversation, as far as they're concerned, would include all dog fuckers at this point.
So basically,
like people get a meta.
I was gonna make a really bad religious joke there, and then I stopped myself because we're still on YouTube.
Oh, what's the worst that could happen?
YouTube with 2 whole viewers.
But by the way,
go ahead, Sam. Go ahead. I dare you. Go ahead.
Okay, fine.
Large words, man.
Since we're talking about dog fuckers, Islam. Anybody? I'm honest.
No, those are goats,
they don't fuck dogs. They just kill them all.
Oh, they don't like
Oh God, Sam.
Put 1 million of them on an island and starve them, and then put another 1 million on there and starve them too.
No, dude, I've been in houses of
why they don't like dogs.
Dude, I taught privately. I was a private tutor for this Muslim family, and they have a husky, and the mom like loves the husky. The whole family loves the husky, and the mom even taught the husky how to talk. I'm like not even lying. Like, she would say like words to the husky, and he would say the words back, and I was so fucking shocked. And then at the same time, they love this dog. I'm hearing the Muslim prayer at their fucking house every 15 minutes from upstairs. So, like, I keep hearing, like, in England, like, the Muslims don't like dogs. You better not have a dog. Like, you know, they're going to make dogs illegal in England at some point. But I met a whole fucking Muslim family that loved the shit out of their dog. He taught it how to speak.
I do.
It's not going to be that simple because the religion does command that they do not keep a dog in the home. Dogs are only allowed to be kept as a work animal. Or as
there you go, man. They must be like the Wilsons. They don't fucking fully adhere to the whole thing. They got the Muslim prayer going like they're meant to, but they still have a fucking dog.
Specifically, black dogs are not allowed. Period.
Well, this husky was black and white. Ooh,
that
loophole.
And the reason why they don't like dogs is because Muhammad was said to meet with the angel Gabriel when it is suspected he was fucking a guy in a house and the dogs are barking. So you might suspect that was a problem for Muhammad. So all of a sudden, dogs became bad.
So Ash, I have a question. Did the dad in this scenario, did the dad try and shock the dog?
No, dude, it was such a weird scenario because, like, I learned so much because they were Pakistani, right? And so, like, I really did like get a good look at like the IQ level. Like, this kid, his name was Samir. You'll never find him, so it doesn't matter. He was very tall and very chubby, and I always asked him, like, what are you going to do in college? And he said, you know what he said, like, word for word? He said, I said, what are you going to do in college? He said, doctor. I was like, bro, you can't be a doctor. You can't even add 15.
Au contraire. The NIH has spots open.
Yeah, you can't add 15 and 16 together. You're not going to be a doctor. But, you know, his mom said he has to, his words, quote, do doctor. Like, what are you going to do? My mom wants me to do doctor. I'm like, okay, well, we can try. So I taught him chemistry and physics and calculus and all this stuff. And he just never, ever, ever like had the capacity. I used to think like, oh, I could teach anyone math. Like, I'm good at math. I can explain math to anybody. But I realize it's not true, okay? Because some people just can't do math. And this is one of those guys, this Pakistani kid. And I met his brother who was older, and his brother was dumber than him. And his brother was trying to do like computer science and stuff. And like, of course he can't. Of course he can't. It's so crazy. And of course, like, some years went by. I wasn't teaching him anymore. And he hit me up one day. And I was like, oh, hey, dude, how's the doctor thing going? He's like, oh, yeah, I had to change. I'm doing business now. I'm like, of course you are. Of course you are.
Well, business, finance, no. Marketing.
Like, they literally do not have the capacity to, not them. You know what I'm saying? This guy literally cannot. Like, he cannot. There's no way.
Well, a lot of immigrant families, specifically from the Middle East, they think that doctor is like the only career path that will like equal success for their kids. That's why they're all pushing their kids to become doctors.
Dude, and then every time I showed up to their house, man, like they had just gotten back from Costco or something, and all of this stuff from Costco is just sitting in the main room. When you go through the front door, it's just sitting there in piles, just piles and piles. And then I go over the next day, you think maybe they'd put the stuff away. No, it's still there. And then like you got these couches and like this dining room table and like this fancy glass table and all these fancy seats in the front room, but they're just covered in all this litter and all this stuff from Costco, and no one ever moved it. And it's just like, what are we doing?
Yeah, John Doyle, I was listening to his podcast a few weeks ago. He actually mentioned that how some of these immigrant families, and hey, I love Costco too, but we should keep it in, we should put stuff in a fridge.
Oh, dude, they never pay you on time. It's like, okay, I came over today. I was here for an hour. Can you pay me? And then like the next day goes by and I hit them up again. Can you pay me? Next day goes by. Can you pay me? And then they finally Zelle you from like a State Farm insurance account. And it's like, what? and then they send you a fucking text with a picture of the Zelle, even though when you get a Zelle, you guys know, you get a notification on your phone. Hey, you got Zelled. You're like, okay, cool. They finally paid me. And they'll still text you a picture as if like they got something to hide. They're like, hey, look. Hey, here's proof I paid you. I'm like, yeah, I know because I got the notification.
I do
like, there's something shady about these people.
No, that level of diligence is appreciable, or that's something that's appreciated.
No,
but
it makes me think they're shady, dude. Like I already got the
yeah. To be fair, though, women are like that. Yeah, just to be fair, like women are very much like that, because if I borrow money from someone, like from my best friend, and I pay her back, even though I know she's gonna get like a text notification, an email, whatever, that I sent her money on PayPal, I still send her a screenshot and like, hey, just to let you know, I sent it. Yeah. So, I mean, some people just do that because you get worried they might not see it. You want to let them know that it's there, and so you get a little crazy with it.
The other side of it is good fences make good neighbors. The same thing applies in business.
I mean, this is after days of like asking for the money I'm owed.
Well, yeah. They want you to stop asking. Right, keep in mind that they don't have that second and third order thinking.
You're right.
To send you the text.
But Maxine, you're also right, because my parents asked me to go like take their dog outside like today, and they were like texting me like, "Did you do it yet?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm gonna in a minute." And I found myself like taking a picture of the dog in the garden and sending it. I was like, "Hey, look, you're right." But
yeah, just it's like, okay, you know it's there. You can stop bugging me. You don't have to worry. I don't have to worry. I got the receipt, so you know it happened.
Yeah, I just wish it wasn't like 4 days after I was owed the money. I'm gonna be a doctor. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
What kind of doctor? The doctor kind.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know yet.
Yarp.
Whatever they make me, dude. I'm telling you, I teach students, and I teach them after school. So I get to hear about how my teacher doesn't teach. My teacher just yaps all day. I don't learn anything at school, and then it's ridiculous. And all these students, they think they're going to be a doctor, a lawyer.
Yep.
And it's just like, I don't know about that, man. I don't know, man. I don't know.
You got to be encouraging, No, step up your level of effort, and I'm sure you'll make it.
Well, they want to be engineers and doctors and lawyers. And you know what? They all just use AI all day, every day.
To be fair,
caught a student.
Lawyer is easy.
Dude, I caught a student right in front of my face. She picked up the phone and she literally said out loud, and I was not ready for it. She said out loud to the phone, she said, write an email to my teacher explaining that, like, I did the homework, but also, like, I won't be able to turn it in for 2 days because blah, 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 blah. Like, make it respectful and blah, blah, blah. And she just, that's what they do. They email their teachers with the chat GPT.
Man, I wonder who taught them that.
But now there's all these rules, like they just went back to school today. So I taught them today, and I said, how was school? One kid told me, there's all these rules. If you use AI for anything, we find out you used it for anything, you get an F on like a major grade, like a test grade. I'm like, okay, well, just don't use the AI then,
Yeah.
But you cannot be valedictorian at these high schools unless you cheat, because if you don't cheat, then guess what? The guy who's in second place will get in the first place. And so it's a bunch of Indians. It's a bunch of, Indians.
Come on.
It's literally only Indians. And they're all just cheating. Who cheats better? And, I'll teach them for a while, and then they'll, like, not require my services anymore because they decided I'm not going to try or learn anymore. I'm just going to AI a bit.
And to be fair, as we've mentioned here, and as Craig has mentioned on the Fake Untitled podcast with Evan and Steve, that is the problem with the H-1B program. Is people
it's worse. You
cheat.
See, H-1B and the cheating involved there. Part of that is built into the expectation for when the workers get here, and there's a different level of recourse. And the cheating is more proximate to the comeuppance. The downside with cheating through school before college, all the way through, is one, you might even get into college. You might even be able to pass your grades enough to pass your classes with good enough grades to get through a degree. Like, you can eke it out potentially. And there are people who have seemingly done this and done so publicly. Like, there's that one Asian guy who got through his whole fucking major, and then he wanted a fucking refund from the college, which exposed him for just sitting there and using the fucking AI the whole time. The issue is then you have to get employed, and the employer is not like, these days it could be they just hand you tokens for, although that grift is going away. That's going away so fast. They might, they might spare you some tokens just to see, like, if you're actually worth keeping around. But the idea that you're going to be able to AI your way through a job, unless it's specifically about that in particular, your ass is cooked. Like, this used to be a thing with cheating in general, like, because it used to, like, you could cheat your way through, say, an engineering degree, but if you go to the job site and they say, okay, here's such and such problem, here are the models we had available for selection, you go ahead and use your judgment based off of your training, i.e. your degree, to determine, say, which model is the best one to go with, and then, the bridge falls down, and what happens? They fire you. And you're then known in the industry as the guy who didn't know shit and the bridge fell down. Like, it's a long-term plan of failure. And
I think we're gonna have a crisis, and it's gonna be Everyone just cheated. All the doctors, all the lawyers, all the engineers just cheated because why would you not cheat when everyone else is cheating? You would just be the
similar
sucker.
issue in the UK. Look at the UK's NIH. Look at how they've had to deal with these. They talk about the doctors and engineers and lawyers that they're bringing in with all the illegals and yada yada. The basis for that is the people they brought in legally. And in the NIH, basically what they have is they have a bunch of people like, third world doctors.
What are you talking about? The NHS.
So NHS. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
The NHS, but these doctors that they brought in from, and I've had friends in the past in England who are dealing with this shit. A fucking African doctor who was there, and she told my friend who had a UTI that had converted to pyelonephritis, so kidney infection.
Oh, God.
Like her back was hurting, and she was pissing razors.
Oh.
So she needed antibiotics. And she needed to, what do you do with antibiotics? Take the whole fucking course of it.
Yeah, you have to.
Finish it. So, and the typical course is going to be 7 or 10 days. The doctor herself from Africa, I don't remember what fucking country, but she was from Africa.
Maybe
fresh off the boat.
Hold on, maybe it was Mauritania.
Fresh off the boat, Africa, said to her, here, I'm going to write you a prescription for insert antibiotic for 7 days. Try not to take all of it.
Oh, God.
Right.
Why the fuck would she say try not to take all of it? Did she have a reason?
These are tasty. Try not to take all of
it. Like the whole germ theory approach, just out the fucking door.
Mm-hmm.
So like that is the future that is being built upon this ignorance, and the solution to it is going to be that these people are going to have to either self-teach or do remedial education to certify themselves in a way that means they can actually do the fucking work. Or they're going to just become an underclass that is, upset that cheating didn't pay them at the end of the day. Because it used to be that you could cheat your way through, and you end up with results like that doctor telling a patient, basically, create a worse version of what's going on already, and I'll see you in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Harmful Opinions just put out a video like today or yesterday about the NHS because he lives in England, and he said his girlfriend, she rides like an electric scooter or whatever, and she had like an accident, and so they needed to do surgery on her knee, and he said they couldn't understand what the fuck the lady was saying, and he said it was the most frightening thing. He said, I am frightened to get older. And if I need medical help, I am completely frightened because they will not know what I'm saying and I will not know what they're saying. And there is no communication that is possible here. And it is very frightening.
On paper, man. If that's the limit of it. If you can't understand what they're saying, if they write it in a sentence on paper in block letters, then they are the problem.
It's so
like
bad.
That is like doctors notoriously have bad handwriting, sure. But they can all fucking type.
No, yeah.
So if she can't spell out what they're in a building full of computers, if she can't open up Notepad and spell out what she's saying,
no,
right, that's the problem.
It's so fucked. And over there, my mother. I'm from England originally, so my mother would travel once a year to see her mom, my grandmother, because she had a doctor's appointment. You cannot just go to the doctor. It is like, okay, I want to go to the doctor for a reason. Okay, you have to wait a year. So then my mom would have to go travel on this date exactly because that's when her appointment is.
That's a $2,000 plane ticket.
Yeah, but that's the only day that is scheduled for you to come. And if you miss it, you're fucked.
I understand. I'm just thinking like, yeah, let me just go ahead and plan my pancreatic cancer stage 3.
Yeah, but it's free healthcare.
For a year in advance.
Yeah. Honestly, the more that I hear you guys talk, the more that I understand why Max told me that if they switch my doctor and it's like an Indian doctor to request a new one. Because like he said, like they like literally go and they'll use Chat GPT to like diagnose people and stuff. And I thought he was exaggerating
No.
But like, all right, I completely understand why he said that now.
Let me give you some additional perspective on this that Sam may have heard me mention. Me and Steve talked about this before. There's this kind of, we talk about this thing in academic literature called a citation circle jerk, and they arise for various reasons, but there's one big one which comes from master's students as opposed to PhD students. And most master's students are, they're doing their master's, say, to get into engineering management or whatever. That's all fine. It's when you have there's this co-ethnic affinity issue that comes with bringing in people on F1 visas to run them through and make money at the university level, because you end up having metrics like how much you published in a given year and how much you've advanced the field with literature, what the impact factor is on journals, etc. A PI, a professor who has students working under him for research, that principal investigator is going to get judged on their contribution to literature, primarily on PhD candidates that they are advancing forward, and those people are going to get the attention. The master's students they bring in are not on stipend; they're paying to be there, and they are still ideally publishing at the end to justify the research they did. But they don't need to publish in high-impact journals. They're not going to be the lead papers that a professor is going to put on their annual report saying, we got this shit done, this is awesome. Instead, they end up publishing in garbage journals that are basically made for them. They all cite each other religiously because the U.S. government does not care about impact factor or any of that jazz when it comes to OPT to H-1B route. They care about whether or not people are citing you, which means that there is an incentive to have as many people as possible cite you. And if all of those people are expecting the same thing to happen down the road in that pyramid scheme, then you participate in that. And so those journals typically end up publishing junk science. We're talking like drawing out a straight line from one data point kind of junk science. And usually it's like 3 data points and they have some weird curve that they fit. But it's not science. It is shit. And the issue here is a lot of these people, it's not majority, it's not most, but it's a significant issue, and we've seen this with, insert news story here about all the fake diplomas they recovered at whatever university in India that they had to confiscate, even though that doesn't make a difference. Or the story where the kids were climbing up the side of a fucking building to give people taking standardized tests the answers. So, through the window from outside, clinging to the brickwork. So these people who come over here may or may not be qualified, and then if they do whatever the hell their PI tells them to do in the lab, and they don't learn anything, they don't advance the field at all, and then they go out into industry, and then they fail, but they're still here on OPT H-1B, and they can circle in that loop. If it doesn't happen at the company, they can keep their sponsorship until they get on OPT, and then they have 6 months or a year or whatever it is to get employed. And then they have friends who've gone through, other people who are on H-1B or who got perm, who are going to recommend them for the role at another company. And so you have this host population of useless people. And again, it's not majority, it's not all, it's a significant, subset, but it's certainly significant enough to be a real problem without poisoning the whole entire process yet. But it's building up as a you do maintenance on a car to keep the buildup of shit from happening. You need to clean it up every so often. Yeah. So we haven't done that with immigration and with foreign workers in a long time, and so the buildup is there.
Well,
and
I can hone
they
in.
Bring in people on H4A or whatever, the wife and kids. They have them here. They work. They're allowed to work, so they set up a job, and then say when they're on OPT looking for another job for H-1B or they have off hours, they'll go and run their wife's business, which is illegal. They'll employ their kids, which is illegal.
Yeah, I can hone in on this a little bit. If you back up a bit, back to high school,
sure.
What they do is they have the school year and then they have the summer, right? So what do you do in the summer if you want to advance, if you want to be top dog? You take summer courses, right? And you take specifically an AP course, because at a lot of these schools where I'm in Houston, so they have a lot of classes that are 5.0s versus 4.0s. and they're the AP classes. So they'll take AP Art History, AP Pre-Cal, AP U.S. History, AP whatever the fuck. Okay, they'll take these AP classes. They will just cheat all summer long because it's all online. And so you just get your 5.0, you get your A, you don't actually try, you just fake it all summer long. And you do this summer after summer after summer. And
it's the same problem.
Yeah. And it's just a cheating, do your best because you want to be the best. And or you like make up a club. That's another thing. They just invent a club. Like one girl told me she invented the astronomy club. And I said, "Oh, what do you do?" "Oh, nothing. We just have the club. We made t-shirts. We get dues, I guess. And then I can just say that I'm the president of the astronomy club now on my college application."
Well, you know that you can be a radio. Nobody
just,
from Radio Shack will ever dispute you being a manager. You can put that on your resume.
It's just a game that they're playing, and they just put whatever the fuck they want. Because
I assume, like me, you were alive in the 80s.
I was born in 91.
Fucking youngins. I was born in 97.
What the fuck am I doing on this woke podcast? Oh, shit.
Right. So, but, so if you were born in the 80s, when the hell did Radio Shack go belly up? It was like 90.
I would do a Radio Shack or two.
I don't know if a Radio Shack.
Yeah, I
used to love going to Radio Shack with my dad. Oh my god, the memories of like just going and like playing with as many electronics as I could. My god, nostalgia.
Circuit City too.
I love Circuit City, dude.
Dude, I wish so. Circuit City, the best part about going to Circuit City was the fact that they had the commission incentive. And I go into a place and I know what the fuck I want. My older brother is the guy who has to try every pair of shoes before he finds the one he wants and drives those kind of people nuts. My little brother is kind of like me, where he just kind of knows what he wants. So my little brother and I would go to Circuit City. We know what we want, and even if we're just browsing, we're not browsing to necessarily buy. So you go to like the RGB section, where they know PC Power users exist, but they don't know how to serve them as customers just yet. So they've got all the bright lights in shitty, shiny plastic. And so you go there and you have a random guy show up who's got no knowledge of any of the stuff that you would be talking about if you're talking computers. But they know that people like shiny things. And then you don't buy anything, and these people are spending a whole ton of effort on you, and you're like there for a pack of double A's or something.
I remember Circuit City was like the first place to let you do a return for no questions asked. That was the first place that was like, hey, you can return it. We won't ask any questions, whatever the reason is.
As a business, I really like them. The commission thing got fucking annoying on occasion, being facetious as it was there. But like beyond that, like it did force an associate to like actually help you. Like it did give them an incentive to actually want to help you. Whereas like you go to Home Depot and they offer you to help and you don't need it, and then the moment you need help, none of them exist on your side of the store.
Right.
Or Lowe's. It's not specific to Home Depot, but like it's when you have a non-commissioned store, that's a typical thing. It's like plugging in a USB key. It's 80% of the time you get it wrong.
I went to a Best Buy recently and had that experience where no one was there to help or.
It's a ghost town.
Yeah,
it's crazy out here, man. You can even go to a restaurant and no one will fucking greet you.
Man, Houston, that might be an area I end up going to.
Now, Houston, dude, the best thing about Houston is you can get any food. I've got these students, and they'll be like, "Oh, I went to Japan. I went to Brazil. I went to wherever the fuck." And I was like, "How is the food?" Because I'm interested. I'm like, "How is the food?" They're like, "Not good." It's because Houston has all.
That's because we're American.
Yeah, because Houston has every single food you can think of.
Yeah,
that's like going to Orlando. Like you can get just about anything you want in Orlando. Actually, pick any big city in any state. You can basically find just about anything you want.
Well, they go to Italy and they get like a shitty pizza that has nothing on it. It's like, well,
They don't that's because they don't
rather
understand.
have like a fucking pepperoni pizza.
They don't understand how much Americans innovates.
I know.
Let alone the fact that in Italy, pepperoni pizza is a hot dog pizza.
Dude, in Italy,
which is disgusting.
People are like, "Oh, give me a margarita pizza." Are you kidding me? It's got nothing on it. What? They're like, "I love margarita pizza." Like, what? Why?
Like, I'm a guy who doesn't really like the sauce part of it. Like, because tomatoes are disgusting. So, like, I can handle pizza sauce when it's spiced properly, but like Italian style, where it tastes like spaghetti sauce, I'm out.
I think you're going to upset the crippled Italian here.
Hey, I got Italian in me, all right? I'm allowed to be upset by this.
No, we're fine.
Well,
as long as we can have garlic bread afterwards, I'm good.
My point is that school is a waste of time. Actually,
You had to say garlic bread.
That's Cora's job.
See, that's what happens when you mention the garlic bread.
No one is learning anything in high school. It is literally a waste of time. They made a new rule where you're not allowed your phones anymore. So like they literally have to put their phones in like little caddies when they walk into a classroom now. But it doesn't stop them from sleeping in class. It doesn't stop them from they all have Chromebooks now, and it's provided by the school, and you can't get on certain websites. You can only use the the Canvas. It's called Canvas. Yeah, like, so you have your quizzes on there.
And I first got a flip phone in like seventh grade. This was like just after. This was when they first got to the size where a flip phone was reasonable size.
Yeah.
So just after the Altel full size brick era, and I actually during the dress up as your teacher day, I ended up borrowing my dad's cell phone and taking the battery off it so I could fit it in my chest pocket on my shirt. Like it was back then. My first phone was a little teeny flip phone. They didn't know how to handle that in classes just yet, so they basically said if we're doing lecture and I see you have that fucker out, it's confiscated. Go into the principal's office.
Yeah, but
that's frankly how it should be.
Yeah, but for years these students had their phones. They were just on their phones all the time. Then they made this new rule where there's no phones. And did it improve anything? No, because they'll either just sleep or they'll just find some proxy to get through on their Chromebook.
That's a teacher problem.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying, all they need to do is cheat. Just need to get the A so their parents are happy with them, and then they'll go off to college and they'll just cheat there too, and then we'll get doctors and lawyers and engineers that get into a job, and now they just cheat there too. All the Indians just hire Indians, so
you can bring this back to a positive point. And while everything is different, so things are actually different versus everything would be different if they were different. I get that there's that level of argumentation there, but let's go back and rewind back to the days of yore. Say when we were going through school, what did the teachers tell you in math class when they said, "Put your calculators away"? What did they tell you?
Hey, you don't need a calculator. You won't have a calculator in your pocket.
You won't have a calculator when you have to do something someday. What does every single person on the planet who's doing anything worth a damn have in their pocket?
Then what's the point of school?
The point is, sometimes the calculator does break. And more importantly, you need to understand why it gives you the answer it gives you. Not so much do it yourself, but how it got there. Because that tells you whether or not the answer is worth trusting.
Well, but a high school student doesn't care about what you just said.
Well,
here's a perfect example that you can apply to real life experience. I was a cashier for 5 years at a grocery store, and there were plenty of times where our system went down and the registers didn't work. So you literally had to sit there and finish the customers out with cash. You had to know the math and give the right change. So yeah, they're right. There's going to come a point in time where you're not going to have what you need to do the math, and it is important to have the basics in your head so that you can do it. It's just when they take it to an extreme and then they exaggerate and then they take away the phones and then they do this and they do that, and it just makes the kids just go, yeah, whatever, take it. I'm just going to do something. No, it doesn't. It just makes them more frustrated.
Well, here's how you reach them. You don't just give them the you don't just give them the company line and then sell them a crate of bullshit if they
Yeah,
ask
that's
you
the
for an
problem is
example.
that we
You give them a real
have some
example.
teachers now that don't want to reach the kids. We
Well,
have
that's
some
because they
teachers
suck at
now that it
teachers.
is just a paycheck for them and they don't care. Like,
Well, the admin
I mean, you
hoovers
have
up their
teachers that
budget
do
so they
care,
have
which I
salary.
appreciate.
Well, you know what
as an example, you give them a problem like this, and this is one everyone here should understand. I'm going to go to the hardware store. We're going to build a birdhouse. I'm going to make it such and such size on the as the base of it, and it's going to be this tall. We're going to give the roof an angle. Maybe it'll be sloped to say 30 degrees, whatever. How many feet of wood do I need to buy in order to ensure that I am spending wisely? I only have this much of a budget. How big of a house can I make?
Yeah, that's not a question that any high schoolers ever thought about.
It is if they do shop class.
No, they don't, though.
Right.
No,
It is if they have anybody in their family who does carpentry at all, in the slightest. If they spend any time with their dad in the garage.
Yeah, but you're Craig, you're kind of talking about like you're talking about a small portion of students that would think that, but
this is the
kids don't think like that
environment
nowadays.
This is the environment that my generation grew up in. That's the issue.
I know, but dude, it's been the summer. Summer just ended, and I've been teaching all summer because I'm teaching for the SAT. It's on August 22nd, if you're curious. But I asked them, "What have you been doing all summer?" You know what half of them say?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
That was the way it was when I was a kid too.
Or when summer's coming up, I say, "Hey, what are you going to do in the summer?" You know what the girls say?
Nothing.
Sleep.
Oh,
I love sleeping. I can't wait to sleep. I can't wait to go to sleep. I want to just sleep. Oh, hey, how was your weekend? Oh, what you do? Oh, I slept.
Now I'll give you this one, and be it as it may that he's basically just known as a joke thief these days. Carlos Mencia did say something rather poignant, whether or not it was his own mother who actually said it or not.
His own
kind
joke.
Of irrelevant. Kind of irrelevant whether or not it actually came from his own mother, but when he said like why we have so many kids, they can't all be winners. That's the rough truth of dealing with general population.
Even these Indian students, these Asian students have very strict parents, so they can brag to the other Asian and Indian parents about their kid. These kids, they are just sleeping, scrolling. They're not studying. They're just cheating.
They're burnt out.
No.
I think a lot of them kind of got. I think some of them got burnt out by the pressure, by the school. Like I've seen it happen before. Like maybe not all of them, but again, I'm talking about like agree to disagree.
Listen, I swear to God, okay, it used to be the fact, okay, that the Asian kids had the tiger moms. The Indian kids, they would set their clocks 5 minutes ahead so that when they were late, they were early, right? But it did switch.
That's an immigrant thing.
Listen. I've been tutoring for 14, 15 years now, and it did switch at some point. It did completely reverse at some point. And now the white jocks, cheerleaders, those students that I have, they are the hardest working ones. They are the smartest ones. They are the ones that don't need any
where's
help.
their handout?
They don't need to cheat. It's the Asians and the Indians. They cheat nonstop now.
I have a question for you. Do you think that the ones who were able to get here before were not cheating?
I think that it used to literally be that their cars, the Indians, in their cars, their clocks were turned 5 minutes fast. It was called English time, so that whenever they showed up late, they were early. You know what I'm saying? They'd be like,
I got a question for you.
Oh shit, I showed up at 12:05. That means I showed up on time.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
What do you think my car's clock time is set to?
I have no idea.
5 minutes fast.
Oh, yeah. Because that's a smart thing to do. And they used to be smart people. Now they just cheat. They don't know anything. I promise you, I ask them, what is 15 plus 16? They have no fucking idea. They reach for the calculator. They have no idea. They're 17. They're 18. They don't know what 15 plus 16 is right away off the top of their head.
Ask
They
them what
would-
age they're going to be in 20 years. I'll throw them for a loop.
And they're
when
all
they can't
gonna,
answer you, tell them exactly you're not going to be there because you guys can't do any of the fucking math.
Oh, it doesn't matter, man. I see some of these students for 48 hours total.
Gotta wake
or
them up like
more.
that.
And they still don't remember things I told them from the other day. I think they're all just doom scrolling. They're all just cheating. They're all just playing video games, which I did in high school too. But at least at least I could fucking pay attention in class, or I
There's
would
a difference
know.
between like an FPS and an idler. That's
well,
like calling the Jewel the video game. It's barely a video game.
Well, also though, Ash, I have to ask. Since you've been doing this for so long, did you notice a difference between like before COVID and after COVID? Because like before COVID, I just noticed from like observing my friends, like younger siblings, like they were more engaged, they were more like, interested in school. And then like afterwards, after COVID, they just became like little zombies.
Well, okay, I'll answer you. So before COVID, right? You would have an Indian kid, but his older brother, who's graduated already, he kept his old tests and quizzes. So the teachers, retardedly enough, did not change the tests and quizzes. So the next kid, he already has all the fucking answers, basically, right? And then maybe if you're nice to him, he'll give you a copy of it, right? But then the teachers started doing this thing where we don't give tests back now. So you take a test in physics, let's say, and the next day you get your grade, but you don't get the test back. You're not allowed to look at it or even see what you got wrong. This is just the grade you got. We will not go over it. You will not know how to correct the thing you made a mistake on. You'll just never know because why?
That's wild.
Because there's too much cheating. And if we show you the test, then you'll be able to tell the people who were. Here's a big problem in high school. Some people are sick or some people don't show up to school. And so they have to do a makeup test. And so if you took a test, we don't even hand back your test and let you know what you got because not everyone has taken the test yet. So then the strategy, the meta becomes, I just won't show up to school that day because then I'll be able to take it later. And so then people who took the test on the day, they don't get their score. And guess what happens? The Indian parents, right? They don't get mad at the kid or anything. The kid just goes, hey, Mom, I'm strategically not going to go to school tomorrow because that's when the test is, and I want another day to study. And the parents will be like, okay, honey, no problem. So I've heard just so many stories of kids missing school, and I say, why? And they don't say, I was sick, I got hurt. They say, I didn't want to go because I strategically decided to take the test 2 days later or something like that.
That's the kind of shit that if the school hears about it, they expel the kid.
Have on that test.
That's got to be expulsion level,
bro. And then COVID happened, right? And what I did notice is after COVID, a lot of these students, they don't know how to smile. So like I'm a very I'll make Sam fucking keck, right? Like top of his lungs, right? I can make these kids laugh, but like I got a lot of these kids, they have no emotion. They don't have a mask on anymore, but they have no emotion on their face. And if I make them laugh, they really don't know how to laugh. They don't know how to react. But, they don't know how to be happy.
More fucking movies is what they need to do at this
they just have like resting sad face, some of them. And it's like, is it because you were stuck in a mask since you were like 2 or something? But now I do have a bunch of normal students. I do have a lot of like almost non-verbal students. I'll be like, oh, hey, Fred. Like, how's it going? He's obviously some Chinese kid because no one names their white kid Fred, right? His English name is Fred. And I'm like, hey, Fred, how's it going? You know what he said? He goes,
I'm going to give you one guess what my older brother's name is.
Frederick.
Yep.
Is he Asian?
No.
No, he's... Well, Fred Mansfield, that does...
That's a manly name, isn't it? There you go.
Fred Mansfield. Well, that does check out.
I only ever had one single student that did not go to college. Every single student I have goes to college, and they all worry about their ranking, their GPA, their test scores, all this stuff, their SAT, and they're all like, "Oh, what if I don't get into college?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
Again.
Every person gets into college. It's not. There's not a single one of my students in my whole life that has not gotten into college. Only one person I can think of didn't go to college, and it was because he went to the Army. But that was one student out of 14 years of hundreds, if not thousands, of students. Everybody goes to college.
In hindsight, the kid who went into the Army probably got a lot more out of that of the experience.
He was pro-Trump. I had him on Discord, and then Discord banned me permanently because I think I was part of a Nazi Discord, but I didn't type in it.
What the fuck?
Same thing happened to me.
I just accepted every invite I got on Discord, and I ended up in some Nazi Discord or something, but didn't participate in it, and I can't talk to him ever again now.
To be fair, I was in Crown T's Discord.
Oh shit, dude!
Never fucking left. I never fucking did anything in there, but like I was in it.
I was in a Gavin McGinnis Discord, and it wasn't directly related to the Proud Boys, but we had Proud Boys in there.
I'm sure they were recruiting.
And then I'm sure. And so basically then once like Biden came in and like Discord got scared because they thought that the Proud Boys were like a terrorist group, and so they banned they basically banned like anyone who was in like any remote Discord. So that's why I have a different account now. So
but yeah, basically everyone is cheating, and the valedictorian is just the one that cheated the best.
Man, including Sam here. You've read the TOS, right? You're not allowed to make a second account if you got banned. What the fuck?
Yeah, get the fuck offline.
Ban evading.
And with all that,
you're being a bad example for the kids.
I'm actually gonna have to dip out, guys, because it's like 1, and I haven't put my kid to bed yet, and that's probably not a good thing.
Same.
Oh, shut up,
Worse
Ash.
than Rachel Wilson.
Dude, I will find a way to throw a shoe at you to hit you in the head, okay? Ask Sam, I have the ability, okay?
Okay, everyone add me on X. I'm based_buzz. BUZZ. Add me on X, and we can all be friends.
Hold up here.
All right, cool. I'll do that.
Wait, Sam, I don't know how to fucking type in the chat when I'm in this studio thing.
_BUZZ.
You have to actually go to like Rumble and go into the live chat to actually type. Like you can't really do that on here.
Oh, okay. I'm typing in the live chat. Hold on. Based_buzz. Oh yeah, everyone follow me. My first tweet was I won't say it, but you can go look back.
You currently have a picture of a man who looks very sour at the top there.
Oh, I got you, Craig Bob 99. Nice.
That's me.
Yeah,
got you, buddy.
Okay, so I'm gonna be going, but I just wanted to say that Saturday might be sandwich makers. I'm gonna be talking to Chibi. I think I want to go ahead and just start the show again, and I actually have a topic that I really want to rant the fuck about. I held myself back from going off on the show tonight, so all right, I'll leave you guys with this. I'm very disappointed in our governor, Governor Healy, because I think it was on the 10th. Massachusetts became the 10th state to eliminate age limits or restrictions on abortion. So now, up until birth, you can get an abortion.
Dude, I saw that. And all these women are clapping their asses.
Yeah.
Well, none of them
it was absolutely disgusting.
my God.
So Saturday, me and Chibi are probably going to be ranting about that. So if you guys want to watch, I will put out where it's going to be because I'm going to have to do it from this tablet. So it's not going to be fancy like it used to be. It's just going to be 2 little blurbs on the screen, but I'm going to try and do it. So just keep an eye out for that. And I'll talk to you guys later, right?
Yeah.
Well, dude, thanks for coming on. As always.
Yep.
What's her X? What's her X account?
Maxine _
Maxine _ sand _
Maxine _ sand?
Yes.
Underscore. Oh, I found you. I'm going to follow you now.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Night, guys. Talk to you later.
Yeah.
All right.
Good night.
Thanks for coming on, Craig. So, and Ash, any other topics?
Oh man, just dude, I mean, our friends were over here and they fucking love Texas. I mean, you know, people say Texas and I get kind of concerned cuz it's not Texas, is it? It's Houston. Like Texas doesn't mean Houston. You know what I'm saying? So they're like, "Oh, I love Texas," or like Sean says, "Oh, I hate Texas." It's like, no. You meant you like or you hate Houston. Like Texas is such a big fucking place. Like it doesn't make sense to say, "Oh, I don't like Texas. I don't like."
Well,
you know.
Florida's the same way, dude. Like
Yeah.
I actually had this conversation with Sean because he's like, "Oh, I don't like Florida," and I'm like, "Well, where have you been?" And he's like, "Well, I went down to Miami a few years ago in the middle of summer," and it's like, "Well, dude, like,
Fuck
no."
Miami.
It's like, well, dude, no one because like, okay, I don't want to dox my exact location in Florida, but where I am, there's like a nice breeze even in the summer, which kind of like keeps things relatively cool. Whereas like Miami, it's just all buildings, and so like, unless you go to the beach directly, like, there's no airflow whatsoever, and so yeah, obviously you're gonna be sweating your ass off.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god. Like down here, I was gonna go to a fancy dinner with these people, and I get in my fucking fancy ass clothes, and as soon as I walk outside, I'm fucking sweating, dude. It's so bad. But they loved it because they said like I could spend a year here and only scratch the surface of what they have here. And it's because I live in a pretty, I wouldn't say upscale, but it's got like everything you could think of. Like think of a place, Sam. We have it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We got an indoor skydiving experience. We've got a Brazilian steakhouse. We've got the Mexican buffet for breakfast. We got everything you can think of is here. Why would you go? I've had students, dude, they go to Japan, they go to Italy, they go to wherever the fuck, and I say, how's the food? And they go, it wasn't that good. And I say, yeah, because you live in fucking Houston where we have the best food and you can get any food you want. You can get Ethiopian food. You can get Mongolian food. You can get anything you can think of food here. You don't need to actually travel anywhere.
Well, not just that, but like you can also get it delivered, and also.
Oh yeah, for an arm and a leg, yeah, sure.
Well, yeah, but still, I mean, people do that, and also, I mean, like for people saying America isn't diverse enough, like I don't know, like Texas and Florida. I'm just talking like about like legal immigrants, like. We have, like, a ton of, like, based Cubans and, like, a ton of, like,
Cubans are fucking awesome.
Yeah. And so it's like, yeah, I don't know, like I don't know, like, the South has changed a lot since, like, the '60s.
Oh, I
And
mean, I fucking moved to Texas from Illinois, and I never really even saw a black person. And when I did, they were like one of the mentally retarded ones in the middle school. And I moved to Texas, and suddenly there's a bunch of Asians, blacks, Indians, all sorts of people. So It is very, very diverse here in Houston.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, and I mean, it's interesting what you were saying though about like high school, like being full of.
It's all fake. It's all gay. It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, well, part of that though too is like, I will say like teachers have gotten really fucking lazy too though, because like I was always the kid, and maybe I was the exception. Like I would like if someone asked like why we were learning something, and it didn't make sense to me, like I would ask like, okay, but why do we have to do it this way? And sometimes like the teacher would give like good answers. A lot of the times the like teacher would be like, I don't know, because the curriculum book says.
They'd be like, shut up, cripple.
Because the test says we need it.
Yeah.
Now, like, dude, the number one thing I hear from my students about why they're here, why are they here in front of me right now? How come you're here right now? Well, because my teacher at school, my teacher doesn't teach. I go, what does your teacher do then? They just talk about like their life. They just talk about their day. They don't teach.
I've actually heard that from like a couple of
Bro,
kids.
so I sometimes do private lessons. So I go to people's houses. I drive over to where they live and I go inside their house and I teach them. And these students go to private schools because there's this big misconception on X online that, oh, dude, why are you sending your kid to public school? At least send them to private school. Well, guess what? Private school is just public school that you pay for. And
right.
I teach these private school kids. A lot of them happen to be Christian, white, right? And I go teach them. And I say, how's your teacher? Oh, they don't teach. They do this thing called flipped learning. Flipped learning. What is flipped learning? Well, flipped learning is where the teacher doesn't teach you, you teach yourself. So you show up in the classroom and then the teacher goes, hey, go teach yourself. And then they have to fucking, I guess, teach themselves. And then when they ask the teacher for help, the teacher's like, oh, no, you're meant to be teaching yourself. And then it's just like this bullshit. So then they have to hire a tutor because the class is hard. And then I show up and I teach them.
That's retarded.
Yeah, and within an hour, they're like, "Oh, everything makes sense now. Thanks for teaching me." I'm like, "That'd be $100," and they're like, "Okay."
And yet everyone's like, why are these kids using Chat GPT now? And it's like, well, because you might as well at that point.
This is what's so funny is I knew a man. Okay, he thought that space wasn't real, but he told me if you can read and you can write, you can teach yourself. And I think I've held on to that. And I think that's very true. He might not believe in space. He might be a retard, but he is completely correct. If you can read and you can write in today's age and you can use the internet, you can teach yourself whatever the fuck you want to know. There is no point in going to school.
Oh,
and even
yeah.
though I am a private tutor, I will straight up tell the students, I think school is a waste of time. And they will say, yes, it is. I've not learned a single thing in the past 4 years. And I say, yeah, I know.
Well, part of the problem though is I agree with you, and I've always held that like kind of same sentiment. The problem though, because Sean and I used to have this discussion, is
Sean thinks, oh no, everyone should go to school.
Well, and the reason why though is because it's because of like the hiring, because college used to guarantee you a job, but like honestly it doesn't anymore.
Everyone goes to college. I have not, like I said before, I've only had one student in my entire life for 14 years of tutoring. I've only had one student who did not go to college, and it's because he went to the Army.
The other thing that's really stupid too is after I graduated from college, like all these, I was searching for these jobs and entry level like technical writing, and no experience, required, right? Those are my specific search terms, right? I would click on a job and I would go to apply, and I kid you not, the application would always say must have, 5 years experience, right? On an entry level, no experience job, So it was stupid. And it got to the point where I'm like, okay, well, I'm just gonna freelance a bit and make money that way. And turns out I've made maybe not a ton of money, but like more money like freelancing than I would like, trying to like go to work for I don't know, uh, Microsoft or something like that. Take your, company of choice.
Yeah,
So
dude, we're gonna live in a world where the doctors all cheated their way through, the lawyers all cheated their way through, and the teachers all cheated their way through. Like all the student, dude, all of them. Like, what are you gonna go study? Law. Oh, what are you gonna go study? Medicine. What are you gonna go study? Engineering. What are you gonna go study? Business.
well, now I don't know if you saw this, but there's apparently like the University of Arizona is now offering a degree, I kid you not, on how to be a social media
Yeah.
influencer.
I mean, hey, you know what, dude? Like, maybe that's a good course to take. Like, maybe you will learn a fucking lot. Hey, how to be a pro gamer, how to be a Twitch streamer, maybe.
I know, but like,
Here's how you beat Elden Ring without even moving. Yeah, maybe that'd be a good class.
How to be like DSP.
Yeah, how to beat Elden Ring as a cripple.
I know, but 12 years ago, if like 12 years ago, or like when I graduated high school, like back in like 2013, if I had told someone that I wanted to be like, a professional social media influencer, like most people would have asked, A, what is that? And B, why? And then they would have said, oh, well, good luck.
Dude, it's so funny because my brother one time he tried to give me some advice. Like this was like ancient history, but he was like, dude, no one's gonna care about how good you are at video games. You gotta do something else, bro. And now the most fucking rich people in our society are the ones who are the best at video games.
I know. I was telling more. My stepdad's nephew was like one of the earliest, like, I don't know if he was a Twitch streamer, but he was basically like a professional Call of Duty player, right?
Yeah.
And his mom at first was like freaked out, like, oh my god, he's gonna be poor, he's gonna be bankrupt, like, and now the dude like lives in like a mansion and has like 3 Lamborghinis or something just from like participating in game tournaments. So
yeah, it's fucking wild.
So yeah. And I mean, Asmongold, like, that's the other wild thing is shortly before Max passed, he told me, he's like, oh yeah, he's like, I used to play WoW with Asmongold back.
No way.
But the way he said it, he dropped it casually, like as if he. Were you there more when he mentioned that?
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah,
do you think Asmon remembers him?
Probably.
He might. I don't know.
Dude, we gotta how do we get Asmon to acknowledge Max? We gotta do it. If he actually knows him.
That would I mean,
well, do we know Max's character name on fucking World of Warcraft?
I'm
sure we could ask Maxine.
Yeah, I'm sure we could ask
Wait,
Maxine.
was he like talking up, or is he serious? He played World of Warcraft with Asmongold.
Yeah, I mean, I believe him.
Wait, did he still talk to him at the end of his life? He's still like
I
hit
don't
up
know.
Asmongold, or
No, I don't think he talked to him like. I don't think he talked to him like.
If they did, it was like maybe like a once a year type of type of deal.
okay. Well, that's cool as shit. Holy shit.
Yeah, that's gotta be wild though too. To like, I mean that's kind of like. That's kind of like what I keep joking with Sean that that's gonna be him. He's gonna like go on. He's gonna go on Rogan and become like uber famous, and I'm
Dude,
gonna be like,
yeah, I can't imagine a more what's the word, prescient YouTuber than Asmongold. Like, I think he is like the voice of the generation. I think he is the most influential person on the internet. I really do believe that. I think he is. Who is more influential than Asmongold right now? Who?
well,
Who?
well, for the left, I would say Hassan Piker.
I knew you were going to
Sadly.
say that, but
But
if you had like a live stream,
maybe Oil Piker.
let's say you had a live stream off, right? Like blah blah, Hassan versus Asmongold. Who's going to get more viewers? It's going to be Asmongold, dude.
oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
well, I mean, the thing of it is like Asmongold is not as. The thing of it is, and I don't mean
Asmon's
this.
more normie than Hassan.
Yeah, well, as Asmongold is like he can be an asshole sometimes. Like generally he's a nice guy. Like he's not
Yeah.
trying to piss
He's so on
anyone
it, bro.
off.
He's been doing body cam videos, and he just covers like the most relevant things, and like everyone loves his takes. His takes are so based and they're correct, and he gets banned for things he says that are correct, Like, who else can you compare to? Okay, we got Hassan versus Asmongold. Everyone here agrees Asmongold wins. Who's the person that's going to beat Asmongold?
No.
DSP.
No one. Oh,
No
yeah,
one.
DSP. Yeah.
I had to.
Yeah, Christian. Yasmin, you lose.
But by the way, more like what exactly is your whole thing with like? I know I've asked this, but like, what is your like? Core and I were trying to figure this out. Like you are the most dedicated DSP troll that I know that like hasn't gotten paid for.
It's funny to laugh at the pig.
Well, did he do? This is what I'm saying. Like, did he do something to you personally? Like,
No,
like,
I just don't like the way he takes advantage of his mentally deficient fans.
Oh, now he's like super skinny, huh?
Yeah, he's on Ozempic.
Well, Sam, one of our friends is on something like that.
oh boy.
But I mean, I think he said he lost.
What's funny is DSP is on Ozempic right now. Denies that he's been on Ozempic. He's supposedly been working out for like the last year and thinks he's buff. You've seen DSP's arms. He is nowhere near buff.
No,
Sam and I are more buff than Sam.
No, he looks like an old man now, doesn't he?
Well,
he looks like a 70-year-old man. Yes.
Yeah.
well, I guess someone recommended that Mersh take Ozempic, and Mersh
Is Merch still around? What?
somehow he
Female cop.
he won't. I mean, it is wild to me how Max, who was in really good like physical shape, other than like having a heart condition, but like he was like a boxer. He ran every day. He was in good physical condition. He like dropped dead suddenly compared to like all these streamers who are like fat and overweight, and they're drunk alcoholics, a lot of them, and they're still like, somehow here. So
who dropped dead suddenly?
Max.
Oh, yeah. What? I don't think he ever told me what happened there.
We don't know. We don't know.
Oh God.
That's the thing is,
Gotta wait 90 days to fucking find out.
yeah.
Oh. They're gonna find out.
Yeah, but it's not gonna be. So he passed at the end of.
He ate an expired Jolly Rancher. Oh no.
I mean, you say that, but like that might be.
Dude, that guy was healthy as shit. I mean, he was in a basement smoking weed nonstop, but could it be the weed? I don't know.
I mean, maybe.
Is his wife's real name Maxine?
No, that they both use online aliases.
Those are both
Oh, so his name's not even Max?
No, and I
didn't know. And I was just like, what is the chances that Max's wife's name is Maxine?
The thing of it is though is like I guess IRL like people are so used to knowing him as Max, like even IRL people would call him Max.
Yeah.
So
that's funny. So her name's not even Maxine.
No.
Okay, I'm not gonna ask for the real names. I just didn't know. I didn't know.
No, I'll tell.
You really tell me. Yes.
I'll tell you off air.
Yeah,
but, but yeah, yeah. I mean, the internet's just wild,
bro. The internet is crazy. So final thoughts on Friday debate happening? Yes or no? I think it has to be yes.
I think it has to be yes. I think now whether or not like Candace will like. Here's the other thing I see possibly happening is she could potentially like fake, like a pregnancy, something like
That's
in the middle of
it's like WWE or whatever, like some sort of retarded ass. There's gonna be a fucking wild card that pops up. You're right, dude. Like something has to be entertaining, right?
In the end, it'll happen, but she's gonna try to weasel.
Well, and so that's what I'm saying. Like, and so that's what I'm saying, Matt. Ash is like, I'm not entirely sure if this, like, even if Andrew Wilson like ends up mopping the floor with her and making her look like an idiot, there are still gonna be her hardcore fans who still believe that Charlie was like eaten by Jews or something.
Yeah, some wild Jew vultures came down.
just because she's gonna keep spouting that nonsense, and so and so even if Andrew wins, like, won't really be worth it because he won't be able to convince any of the idiots, and I'm pretty sure that like most of the normies like already think that Charlie Robinson did it because I mean, why wouldn't they? The evidence.
What's going to be really funny is like Candace and Andrew are both very intelligent people, and so like, what if Patrick Bet David doesn't even have to moderate, and they both just like get along pretty well and converse, and he literally accomplishes nothing and does nothing, and they just kind of talk. Like it's not even exciting. They're just kind of talking.
I mean,
maybe.
I mean, I would kind of prefer that. I wouldn't say she's intelligent. She is charismatic. There are dumb people.
No, I think she knows exactly what she's doing, dude.
No, well, yeah. I mean, I don't mean dumb as in like she's completely like retarded. Well, and that's the other thing too. Is like I want to know if she actually truly believes that Charlie was actually murdered by like a foreign government or whatever, or if
maybe she really does love Charlie and she really does think like I need to get vindication and justice for my friend. Like I would love to believe that. I really would, and maybe that is true, and maybe she really does believe what she's saying, and maybe her fans believe her believing that. And it's hard, man. Like if you knew your friend Like, let's say you had a friend and like he killed himself. And you're just like, no, there's no way. There's no way. There's no way. I don't believe it. No, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. There's no way he would never have done that. I know him better than anyone else. No, it's possible she's like that. It's possible.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely do think that I definitely do think she's had like a mental break, and
Mm.
that's part of the thing too. Is like I honestly do think that she has like that she had like a psychotic break, but like now she's just like making money off of it, and like
Well, okay, be like hyper honest with me. Before Charlie Kirk ever dies or is ever a thing that he could die, was Candace Owens actually really close with him? Like, be completely honest. Was she actually super close? Like, was she actually really good friends with him?
uh well, okay, so when I knew Charlie, they were kind of good friends,
Mm.
but then they kind of had like a I don't want to say they had like a falling out, but like they kind of went their separate ways.
Um,
I will say so here's the one thing I will say is like is is Candace like Candace liked she like she had the hots for Charlie, and Charlie like I like him, but he was like totally oblivious to the fact
mm.
like
Well, I'm just wondering, like, do we think that Candace is doing what she's doing out of actual respect for her friend, or is she a grifter? That's the question. Like,
I I think she's just a grifter.
mm,
Because honestly, like Andrew said, like we don't actually know like what her evidence is that like, Israel had
bro,
Charlie
fucking in
killed.
2 days we'll know. Fucking Friday. So you
Well,
found out the time or no?
what?
You found out the time for this debate. What time is it gonna be?
It's 10 a.m. Eastern.
That's fucking
Yeah,
crazy. That's 9 Central.
Wait,
Wait, wait, wait. Hold on.
yeah, but it's Friday, so isn't that your day off?
Wait, what the? You're right. Hold on. I'm losing my mind. You said it was 10 Eastern.
yes.
That's 9 Central.
I'm not crazy. It's 9 Central. You want me to wake up at 9 and watch it? Okay, fine. I guess I'll do that. Yeah, on my day off, I guess I'll wake up to watch this fucking gay ass debate. Fine.
You could, I'm sure they'll
Isn't
have like
everyone going to be at work on a Friday at 9 a.m. Central?
no,
Whose
because
idea was this? Do it at 6 p.m. What?
That makes too much sense.
Yeah. The fuck? The biggest debate of the year is at 9 a.m. Central?
I agree. I think 6 p.m. would be way better.
The fuck are we thinking?
It would be way better because then
They're
they
thinking
could
people don't have jobs.
well it,
Yeah, the Candace fans.
the wine moms who,
Chardonnay.
and then
So
they
gay. It's so dumb. Like, oh, you want to wake up on my day, my one day off a week? I'm gonna wake up. I gotta watch this debate.
well if they did at night, then they could watch Bits and Bones afterwards at 10 p.m. Eastern, hosted by Morpheus and myself.
Oh, thanks, Morpheus. You sent
Yep.
me a tweet. Thank you.
Yep.
That's our gaming pod.
And your Easter set your reminders. How do you fuck yourself? What the hell? So someone sent the picture of the stupid dress that's in white and gold. Do you see this, dude?
in the group chat or
No, like on the tweet you sent me, Morpheus. Someone
Yeah, I saw.
my prediction is that fucking dress that everyone thinks is blue and red or white or whatever it is. Fuck it, never mind. Oh god.
oh
damn.
yeah, I saw
Wait, is anyone going to complain about the time like me, or am I the only one who cares? Is Friday just a day that everyone takes off work or something? Like, why? No,
Yeah,
I'm serious. If this is meant to be the debate of the century, why would you do it at 10 a.m. Eastern on a Friday?
I
Because
think
they
that
want people to watch it at work.
I think that's because when Patrick Bet David does his show,
Because he's
honestly,
Canadian or something?
because he's Iranian.
Oh God. Oh God.
So
Someone said, damn man, make it in the evening as Friday as most of us have to work. But no one responded to that. Fuck.
I agree.
I just don't understand. What a terrible decision. What? Is the whole country going to stop because no one's working because they're going to watch this debate? Or does no one care?
There's going to be a large section that doesn't care. Plus, I'm sure it'll get like a ton of like replays, right?
Yeah. 10 a.m. Eastern's crazy. How long do you think it'll go for? 3 hours?
Well,
I'd expect at least 2.
I would expect at least 2, unless
my lessons are 2 hours long. It's not that long if you think about it.
Unless Andrew really mops the floor with her, in which case, like I said, I think she'll fake like a pregnancy.
Oh, dude, we got a whole nother 24-hour period after today, and anything can happen. You're right. Like, she could just back out. I think Steven Crowder said she was going to back out. That guy from Phoenix Ammo, he was saying there's no way this happens. A lot of people are saying there's no way it still happens, even though it seems official. So anything can happen in the next 24 hours. I think you got to keep your eye on the ball, see what people are saying. I think we cannot really predict the accurate truth of what's going to happen at all.
Yeah. Also, why are the Irish trending on?
The Irish, hashtag the Irish. I see the Irish. Hold on. The Irish hate the English and they hate the Jews, but they love Arabs and Africans flooding into their cities and living off welfare and raping their women. Dumbest ethnic group in all of Europe. Easy to see why the English kept them under their thumb for so long. Holy shit. Who is this based boy and how do I follow them right now?
I kind of find that offensive as a part Irishman myself.
Okay.
But
what the fuck? Okay. Dude, this fucking Brian Shapiro is so annoying. Dude, it's like I was said at the beginning of the show. Like, I used to like Nick Rekieta. I used to like Jeremy from the Quartering. He did a podcast with Count Dankula and Bering, and he was the funniest of the three of them. But now look at him. You can't support Jeremy from the Quartering now.
Yeah, well, no, I used to like Tucker Carlson up until he started like
What the fuck is up with him? Holy shit.
Well, Tucker's like saying that like Islam is like based now and like
yeah, you wear your hijab, bitch.
Well, and also he's also saying like no, I don't think Hunter Biden Hunter Biden did anything wrong and and Joe Biden wasn't that bad of a president. He was actually better than Trump.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, okay.
Dude, we were there. We know. What do you think of JD Vance? I like him.
I love JD Vance. I feel really bad though because literally one of the last conversations I had with Max on air was like I was trying to make the case for JD. to Max, and so Max, just to kind of give you context, he was such a diehard Trump fan that Max would always say like what he would always say like, well, I'm just gonna keep writing Trump's name in, like even after he's out of office,
I mean,
and,
okay, yeah.
and just and I'm like, but Max, that's retarded. And he's like, I'll vote for Trump till the day I die.
Oh, what a based patriot. But
And
bro,
then
like a lot of people are saying, like a lot of people like are going against JD. It's like calm down. I don't know.
yeah,
Or
I
they're
mean,
saying JD or Marco, and it's like, okay, I don't mind which one. Like, just do it. Just do both of them.
yeah, yeah. Honestly, that would be my pick. Like do like a coin flip and see who gets president and VP role.
I really think JD is like he's awake. He's like the same age as you and I are. You know, he knows what's going on. He's not dumb. Like
Yeah,
I think he's a great. I think he's great. I think he's great. I really have nothing bad to say. All these people like fucking shitting on him. It's surprising to me. Like all these people are shitting on JD Vance and they're shitting on Elon Musk. And it's like, okay, whatever, dude. I don't know. How could you shit on JD Vance and Elon Musk? What?
well, I don't know if I don't know if you remember, but I read Elon's biography or like 2 years ago whenever it came out, and I'm like, holy shit, this dude was like ahead of the curb on like a lot of, like anyone who thinks that Elon is just like a shill or whatever is not paying attention.
Dude,
But
it's so funny how many fucking Teslas there are around here. Like, you don't even see the bumper stickers that say, I got it before he was crazy. You know, like, everyone has a fucking Tesla around here. All the Indians have a Tesla around here. Like, people want a Tesla. The Tesla's the best car, bro.
dude, there are like 3 Teslas in my neighborhood alone, and like one of my neighbors has like a Cybertruck.
Dude, my students, they're fucking like, I'm learning to drive. Well, my parents are going to get me a Tesla. I'm like, oh, you lucky motherfucking bitch.
Yeah, well, Teslas, like, they're expensive, but they're not that expensive as far as like new cars go.
Is that true? How much is a new one?
I think like 30,000.
Yeah, right. No way. New Tesla. Here we go. I'm on Tesla.com. Let's see, baby. Starting at $61,990. You liar.
Okay, let me ask.
Starting at $61,000 for a Model Y Premium.
Yeah, that's for the premium version.
Okay, buddy. Compare models. Let's see. Oh, look. You can get one for $460 a month. Okay, you got rear wheel drive versus premium all wheel drive versus premium all wheel drive launch series.
Model 3 standard real world drive, 36,990.
$36,990. That's still more than $30,000.
Yeah, I mean 30. Okay, so
I agree. 36 is not that crazy. I agree.
yes, I was off, by
My
a couple.
first ever car was a Nissan Sentra. Was it a 2011? Or something like that, and it was $18,000.
Did you buy it new or used though?
It was new.
Really?
$18,000 back in 2000, and maybe it was a 2006 or 2007, or maybe 2008. I don't remember. 2007, maybe? I was going to say 2007 Sentra. $19,000. So when you say 36, I guess that's the new 19,000 in my mind. I don't know.
Yeah, well, probably due to inflation and shit like that. So,
God, I hope that my car like keeps kicking for a while because I do not want to buy a new car. God damn. Or just like another car, like a used car.
yeah.
God damn no. Sam, I gotta go to bed, buddy. But
Yeah.
I appreciate you hanging out. I could do this if you're doing this show every Wednesday. I could show up, man, for sure.
Yeah, yeah. I'd love to have you. Just we'll wrap up the show. Like I said, we'll be doing Bits and Bones, which was our gaming show on Friday, and you're welcome to pop in there as well. That's
Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
I'll shoot you a link when I get it all set up.
so that's the show that Mort hosts, and then like I said, I'll try and do some game streaming of The Witcher 3 this weekend, and then we'll see what happens next week. I'm sure we'll have a ton to talk about. But
Oh, dude, once this debate happens or doesn't happen on Friday, we're gonna have a lot to talk about.
oh, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, thanks for tuning in everyone, and take care.
Peace.